All right. What is going on, guys? It is Ahmed, and I am back today with yet another live stream for you all. And today we're going to talk about Shiba Inu, Saitama, NFTs, charitable giving, all the things that we have and we're working on. And again, I will be bringing on a special guest to kind of talk to you all about the idea of charitable giving and something that he came up with as a wallet for each and every one of us to invest, not invest, but to give back to, again, a charitable fund that we all believe in collectively. So again, I'll be putting my own money into this charity, of course, because I truly do believe in it. And again, I'm very selective with the people that I choose to maybe do something like this with. And you guys will see why this is one of those guys that you can wholeheartedly trust for sure. So again, price action has been looking really good for Shiba Inu. Quarter 4, October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, the first 3 days of the month have been absolutely phenomenal. The overall cryptocurrency market cap is sitting at $2.136 trillion dollars. And again, things are looking fantastic. Kind of what we were expecting, but at the pace, not necessarily. So again, exceeding my expectations, but I'm really happy to see where we go. And today, Shiba Inu, of course, was on fire. It rallied all the way to 900 Satoshis, sold off a little bit thereafter. But again, nothing that I'm worried about because I know what are the things that are coming up on the pipeline. So real quick here, let me just make sure we have all the settings. 134 people in the stream already. We got Darlin Hall, one of the elite members, Bad Baby Dinos NFT. You guys know we're going to talk a lot about Bad Baby Dinos and why I'm so excited about this project. A big shout out to them for joining us. Man, oh man, oh man. All right, let me just set everything up. We'll bring our special guest on to talk about what the plan is with, again, that charity wallet that is currently being developed with some of our favorite crypto assets, including Saitama, SHIB possibly, and even Ethereum. So let me just go ahead and make everything at the slow mode because I know you guys will say, please put on slow mode before all the spam begins. So let's get that going. And got that set. One more setting that I got to change here, and then we'll be good to go, folks. Save. All right. The chat is lively. Assume01, nobody. How are you doing, man? Pat, Shiba Bone Collector. My main man. All right. We got a few people in here already. Almost 200. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and get started. You know what? No formal introduction, but I just want to introduce you guys to somebody that has been one of the biggest supporters of the channel and has some really big things that he's intending to do with Saitama and potentially some other crypto assets in terms of giving back, charitable giving, something that you and I all need to start doing. We have seen some significant gains, especially those of us who invested in Saitama earlier this year. We're up almost 1,300%, 12 to 13x. That's money that most people don't make in their lifetime. So what we have to do is don't get greedy, right? Do not get greedy and give back to communities that truly need it or institutions. So without further ado, let me introduce you guys to Dr. Brian Edwards. Again, he's an anesthesiologist. That's what he does for practice. He's a retired Army vet. And again, really hard worker. But without further ado, let's get him on. So I'm going to do the last step here. And there he is, Dr. B. I call you Dr. B, but it's a nickname that I made. How are we doing, Doc?
Hey, Pop. What's going on, brother? It's a blessing to be here with you, man.
Absolutely. So you guys know him as Brian Edwards on the channel. He's all over Twitter. The man's very active within our crypto communities. But today what we want to talk about is something a little bit different. And that is charitable giving. So again, Dr. B, give us some background about you. He's on call, guys, by the way. So if he has to go into the OR and save some lives, he might have to leave us. But let's have Dr. B kind of give us a little bit of background about him and what he intends to do with this charity, the charity wallet.
Yeah, so absolutely, Pop. So I'm originally from Mississippi Delta, right? And went into the military, that kind of thing, right out of high school. Became like an EMTB, which is like a combat medic, and then a licensed practical nurse, RN, and then I went back and became a physician. And so now I retired out of Fort Bragg over here in North Carolina, and got out of the military, started a clinic to try to help put a dent in this suicide, right? So, a lot of like 22 vets a day are committing suicide. So, I, came up with this ketamine clinic to try to put a dent into that, right? And in terms of the crypto thing, so I kind of first became aware of crypto back in, I don't know, it's been 2013 or maybe even earlier. like this ortho spine resident was talking about and how he was investing in and just, you know, Bitcoin. And so, I just didn't take any initiative to look it up. And I just kind of was trying to do some stock stuff and, you know, IRAs and those kind of things. And I don't know, last year or so, it just really dawned on me, hey, you better learn about this crypto thing. It just kept hitting me in the face, So I said, let me do a dive. And I first started with some Ethereum, some Bitcoin, some other coins like that. And I messed around and got hold of that wolf paper. And oh my God, the wolf paper changed my life in terms of the potential of what we can do as a community in terms of decentralized finance and that kind of thing. So heavily invested in SHIB, big time. And so as I'm learning about crypto and these things, I start to, you watch a lot of YouTuber content creators like you and Zach and Adam and all those guys, right? And I kind of connected with you. I felt like I got a connection with Pop. You know, he's really cool. And I think I was on a live feed. We started talking about your aunt in Sudan, and that really touched me because I know how hard it is to be a physician and everything that she's given up and what she's doing and the work that she's doing over there, especially during this COVID pandemic. So that's when I thought the notion came to me, hey, we got to do something, right? And I said, maybe we could do a charity wallet. So we were going to, you know, approach the community and the devs about doing that. And it just never came to fruition. And when Shannon Bray did what he did in terms of for the SHIB community and, you know, donated to that, and we started talking a little bit, I said, I'm just going to go ahead and pull the trigger on this thing and create this wallet. The whole point of this wallet is we're trying to humanize cryptocurrency because I think there's a disconnect between the crypto community and the community at large. We're like a subculture of this large society. And I truly believe that blockchain technology is revolutionary and it's going to change the world, and that it's one thing we can't continue to, try to outlive our problems here on Earth. And we can't look to DC or other governments to, to say, hey, get us out of this situation. We got to do it ourselves. And so I said, let's do something in that charitable space. Let's create a wallet. I fully doxed myself, create this wallet, and I want to give this money to St. Jude. 60 days. I want to donate $1 million with the help of the community. So it'll be, we want to donate this thing. And I think this would generate a lot of positive buzz for crypto. It can humanize us. It can also show the power of cryptocurrency and being able to raise money without the high administrative fees and fundraising costs that are typically associated with giving money to charity. Like if you give $1, maybe 70% goes to, or 70 cents on that dollar will actually go to fund the programs that you want to fund. So using a crypto wallet, we can put that money directly in there with zero or nearly zero administrative costs. Because what are we talking about? A wallet and maybe some transaction fees, and that money is available. And it's fully transparent. All they have to do is take that wallet address, put it into 8board, and you will see exactly what's going on. So yeah, that's it in a nutshell. I hope that wasn't too long.
No, Dr. B. This is too short in my opinion. But let's go ahead and kind of touch on that. So again, you bring up some really big points. Is that oftentimes when we're doing something for a charity, whether it's a nonprofit, whatever it might be, the fact is there's a significant amount of the money ends up disappearing, 20-30%, getting lost in the cracks, if you will, because of for whatever reason. But with crypto, as Dr. B said, again, there's a pretty big you know exactly how much money you've raised. You know how much, again, a transaction fee, maybe a gas fee, if we're looking at Saitama or SHIB, that's being converted over to the US dollar, which again, most institutions are going to probably be utilizing it in that form. There sure is, again, more definitive amounts of money that will be sent out. And I think the fact is that you said something that's really, really important. And you mentioned, Dr. B, that we are trying to humanize cryptocurrency. And I think that's not something that any of us should take lightly. Because right now, when you hear about crypto assets, what do you hear? You hear about scams, you hear about theft, you hear about hacks, you hear about, again, just a lot of negative sentiments around it. But after the whole thing that happened with VB and Shiba Inu, it gave us that positive publicity. And that's the thing that we need to start seeing more of within the crypto space, because we're starting to see, it was a leukemia foundation. It just so happens to be also within the medical space, but there's a leukemia foundation that is now accepting crypto as a form of donation. And I don't know if you saw that, Dr. B. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I did.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, go ahead.
I think all charities at this point ought to establish a wallet, and I wish big player like Coinbase would kind of do that work for them, right? Like there's a way to attest their EIN, their numbers. I wish that they could coordinate that thing and make it easy.
Right.
Yeah, but you bring up a great point, and I don't want to steal the conversation, but I was just thinking about the 2010 earthquake in Haiti, and it was a very uniting time for the United States because we gave in ways that I never thought this country would, to the tune of about $13.8 billion or something that we gave to help that situation out. And most of that money was lost to fraud and that kind of thing, right? And so the people in Haiti never really saw that money. Waste, fraud, and abuse, right? And so I think we can do this better, and I think we can do it smarter, and I think blockchain is the way to do it. And count on the community to make it happen. $1 million is a lofty goal, but hell, we can do it.
Right. I really do think, I truly wholeheartedly believe we can do it. And the fact is that we've already started, right? Before we even did anything official or made any, big statements, it's just been on Twitter, but nothing on the YouTube space yet. And again, getting more content creators on board, getting the development team on board, because Satoshi and the other guys, right, from the Shiba Inu development team, they come out and say, we love the idea of, you guys know, I've done it on a previous Satoshi Saturday. He said, you as the community, remember that this is a decentralized entity. So that means you all got to make these things happen yourselves sometimes. And things like charitable giving, sure, we can make our own type, donation wallets, but imagine if that's something that's coming directly from the community to not only speak about, the development team did this. No, the investor community decided to partake in this, which again, is going to open up people's eyes and make them understand, wow, look at the SHIB community, look at the Saitama community. And again, it doesn't matter which crypto asset it is. Ultimately, what we're trying to do is changing, again, as you said, humanizing cryptocurrency. And again, in my opinion, if we could do that with whatever asset, I know the Saitama community is very giving, just because I've seen what happens on the Jake Gagan show and some of those other spaces. It's been amazing. We're not seeing it as much in the SHIB community, but I know 100% that there are people, including myself as a Shiba Inu investors, that love to give back if we can. And again, finding a way to do so, I think and this might be that perfect opportunity for each and every one of us. So I want to kind of dive in just for a second. The price action, by the way, for Shiba Inu is just not slowing down right now, which is kind of cool, but we'll touch on that in a little bit after we just kind of give this its full, coverage that I intend to. So if I go down here, you guys could see Brian Edwards. Where was it? Here it is. Dr. B. So you guys saw he sent out a tweet, and I did retweet it. He says crypto can save admin fees for charities. And that's something that I think a lot more people need to start understanding. These administrative fees could be costly because you got to look at overhead. You got to look at how many people are, whatever it might be. There's a lot of things that go into it because you hire people to build these charities. That's what you have to do. But if there's a way we can skip over that middleman and go directly to the institution we're trying to do, that's a game changer. So again, Dr. B created a Coinbase wallet for St. Jude's Children's Hospital with a goal of $1 million in 60 days that we're trying to raise. $1 million in 60 days. That is the goal. So far, he's donated 73.5 billion of his own money. So again, equivalent at the time, I think it was about $1,000. Is that right, Dr. B?
Yeah, we're at that.
Yeah, so about $1,000 that were given. So again, love is currency. Follow it on Etherscan, so you have the full address there. And again, the doc is here. He's someone who is fully doxed. If you guys want to know more about him, he has a website about, again, just more about his background and some of his things that he's doing. But, again, an active physician that is also saving lives with, in my opinion, the best of intentions. So again, Doc, go ahead.
So if you click on, I guess that's my avatar.
Yep.
Up there by my name, Dr. B, and go to my profile on Twitter.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So right there, that's my link, and it'll take you straight to my page and my web page for my clinic. And it tells my little bio. And the point I'm trying to get at is I want to be transparent because I people want to donate, and I want them to feel confident in donating and let them know that I got skin in the game. I got a medical license. I don't want to go to jail. I'm not trying to scam anybody.
Exactly. No, absolutely. And that's I think one of the most important things is helping people understand, yes, you can have good intentions, but if you're not someone that they know or trust, it's hard to get that, even donations. Some people can just take money and run. Unfortunately, that's what society has to offer these days. But on the other side of it, we have people like Dr. B who have, again, their own businesses. He's, again, as an anesthesiologist, you guys can Google these people, and people like Dr. B are well off doing what they're doing and very comfortable. So again, the fact is that he came and approached me early on, by the way. This is months and months ago. And he said, we got to figure out a way to give back, because that's one thing that he's, doing in his life. It's trying to figure out ways for charitable donations, charitable giving. So again, going back here, and again, for those of you who just wanted to hear about investing today, I wanted to give this its full opportunity, and we're going to go ahead and talk about everything investing related to investing thereafter. So again, appreciate you for giving us this opportunity. I'm going to go ahead and copy. So this address here, just so I understand, this is the wallet, correct? And you can.
That's the wallet. Yep.
Okay. So you can, and it's a Saitama address, or any cryptocurrencies could be donated to this address.
Yeah, it's as I understand it, it is a Ethereum wallet, right?
Ethereum, okay.
Yeah, and so I guess any ERC20. Yeah.
Perfect. ERC20 wallet. So again, guys, opportunities, right? So if you're trying to figure out a way to do what you can for, in a charitable way, be anonymous, whatever it might be, or even tweet out and say, whatever crypto you're representing, Saitama, Shiba Inu, whatever it might be. One other thing that I want to mention is the NFT that I'm a part of, the Bad Baby Dino. They actually pledged and ended up donating directly to the wallet $1,000 themselves. And that's the kind of thing we want to see more of, guys. And I know right now a lot of people have just been shocked with how much bad things have been happening with crypto, but let's change the narrative. Let's change the narrative once and for all and show people why cryptocurrency is so positive and why it's going to really be one of the biggest catalysts for anything moving forward. Not just, making money, but charity, giving back, philanthropy, whatever it is. It's going to have a lot more utility and use cases than what has just been provided, historically. So again, I'm going to copy paste the address, put it into the chat. Let's go here. Donation address for St. Jude's.
Yeah.
$1 million goal.
They plug that number into an eight board, right? Which I like that graphic user interface kind of thing the 8 board does. And it'll show, graphically, and you can look at the history and that kind of thing. And I love that too. 8 board is awesome.
You said 8 boards? What's the name?
8 board.
8 board. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. You ever use that?
I haven't.
Oh, it's dope.
No. 8 board. I have to look into this.
Yeah, you just put your wallet address in there, and then it gives you a breakdown, multi-chain breakdown, NFTs even now.
How cool.
Yeah, I think there's still Harmony One is under construction in terms of showing you what you have in terms of assets related to your address. But yeah, man, it's pretty cool.
That is pretty dang cool. I have to look into that 8 board. Okay. So donation wallet for St. Jude's. So I'm trying to focus. Jude's for Dr. B. All right. Donation wallet for St. Jude's Hospital. And is there a reason you decided St. Jude's, Dr. B?
Yeah, absolutely. St. Jude's is Children's Hospital.
Uh-huh.
And Danny Thomas, the founder of St. Jude, has an amazing story. I encourage anybody to Google that. It's really awesome story about him, being a Lebanese immigrant coming here, and his journey. But the key thing about St. Jude is they deal, they treat a lot of kids with cancer, and they made it so that acute lymphoblastic leukemia, which I think in 1962 had about a 4% survival rate. Now it's up to like 92% survival rate. So they're saving kids' lives. But most importantly, none of these kids, none of the parents have to pay a dime for that care. They absorb the whole cost of the care of the patient, right?
Oh, really?
That's huge, right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, 100%. And so, you think about having a sick child and the strain that it puts on the family, and excuse me, you know, financial, you don't want to add that to that situation. So yeah.
Yeah, man. No, that's absolutely 100% true. And, we really do appreciate you giving us this opportunity to give back. And again, guys, I'll be pledging myself to donate for this cause for St. Jude's. So again, if it matters at all, I'm going to put up my own money just to encourage you guys. It's not, and I know, I truly believe that charity on your own is better than, making it something that's public. That's just with my religious background and everything. But to give you guys the motivation and everything like that, just want you to guys know, I'll also be matching Dr. B's donation and doing the same. So I'll be putting $1,000 in my own. Yeah, got you, man. Absolutely. I truly believe in this, man. So I think, again, you're someone who's supported me from the beginning. And aside from that, the fact is, again, you just seem like, and I know you are just a genuine person that's looking to hopefully change the narrative for crypto. And again, just giving us this opportunity is fantastic. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, my man. And my goodness, today you guys have been going pretty nuts in the chat. So sorry I haven't been keeping up. We're just really in this conversation right now, but appreciate you. Saitama Explosion, aka Tony. He says, "Pop, my brother, hope all is well. Together we shall rise." Absolutely, my friend. And John Messino, he says, "Here we go. The rocket is ready to launch." Thank you so much for the $10. John. Robert Bryant. Oh, okay. We got a different Brian in here. But thank you also, Robert, for the $5. And he says, "Ship Army to the moon." Let's go, guys. All right. Dr. B, you want to just hang around with us? I mean, I'm totally fine with you. Just, all right.
Hey, I'm on a 60-hour call, Pop. I can't go nowhere. I'm here, baby. I'm here.
All right, cool. So let's go ahead and keep talking. And again, we can kind of get some of your input on some things too, just because, again, we have you on the chat. So why not? So again, today, I want to ask you, Dr. B, because I know you're pretty heavily invested and focused on Shiba Inu. I'm just wondering, what are your thoughts on the price action today? Because again, really no definitive news came out, but we saw SHIB break out of nowhere with literally on no news. Speculation has it that there's some things coming, but what were your thoughts about kind of the price action today, if any?
Yeah, over the last couple of weeks, we've noticed a lot of whale wallets have been coming into SHIB, and I don't know what made today different. These guys have information that we don't have, obviously. And I'm just excited to see that the assets that, that we know, love, and invested in are finally starting to get a little price action, man. I was getting worried there for a while,
Yeah, I know. The last 7 days have been phenomenal. Starting, we were consolidating 690, 700 Satoshis, pushing all the way. But it's been rough every single time we approach the 950s, 970s, 980s, right when we're trying to break out of that zero. It just seems like, again, those bears or the people obviously manipulating something, causing the price to come right back down. It's been pretty bothersome. It's been very bothersome in my opinion, but thankfully just because of the community and, just people having conviction and helping me have conviction as well, it's made it easy to stomach. So that's been a good thing. And we got a lot of things to look forward to. What was that?
Hey, I got to tell you, man, I don't know if you know this, but like, your positivity, your energy, man, doing those really, when we're just channeling very, low and getting frustrated with the devs and that kind of thing, and then to turn you on at night or in the morning, I'm getting ready to go to work or something, to keep me encouraged and to keep the rest of the community encouraged, that can't be overstated. And I think 10 years from now, when we look back on this moment and how we're this subculture of investors and how we came up and came together, you guys are going to play a huge role in that when it was all said and done. You and other content creators, I really believe that.
That's awesome, man. Very, very cool. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it really helps me too. And I always say it's a two-way street. Like I only have this kind of positivity because, thankfully for me, again, guys, it's a little bit easier for me because I directly get to talk to Shaitoshi. I get to talk to, the development team here and there, which kind of helps reassure me. But I know not everybody has access to that. So I can at least come on here and be like, yo, folks, this is what's happening. This is what's on the pipeline. And this is why I'm not selling my own position, right? Always talking about that whole not financial advisor spiel, whatever. But the reality is I know, and I truly do believe before 2021 ends, we'll return to all-time highs. Most people who've been buying this dip, right? 590, whatever it was, 600, 650, 700 Satoshis. I think that you're going to hopefully start seeing significant gains where you double your money, take your initial investment out, just like I always do with my investment strategy, and keep the rest in to hopefully start seeing the returns we've been patiently waiting for since the beginning of our investment journey. So I know it's going to come. It's going to take some time, but I truly think that it's going to come. Just got to break out.
Great.
Absolutely. So a couple things I also want to mention. So I know the big thing that we're waiting for right now as SHIB investors, and guys, we'll talk about Saitama a little bit too, because I'm going to bring up something that's kind of controversial with what's going on with, a fellow who I used to have on. He didn't come on my channel. I went on his channel a couple times, and he was somewhat of a friend of mine. But again, I know Twitter has been talking about him quite a bit, so I need to probably clear the elephant in the room just to make sure everybody's on the same page, and that, hey, I hear you. I'm seeing your messages. I messaged him, but I think things are going to be better. But let's talk about the NFTs. So the 10,000 unique NFTs or Shiboshis will be dropping for ShibaSwap. And it couldn't come at a better time because, guys, in 2021, NFTs have been one of the hottest topics yet. It's been insane the amount of money that has been generated or made by any type of investment. Nothing compares to what NFTs have returned for most investors. I'm talking 5, 10, 50, 100, 200, 300x returns, which make absolutely no sense to me. Like, those aren't numbers that you could typically fathom in a lifetime. So again, the fact is there are opportunities coming about with Shiba Inu and the community that they have. As soon as minting goes live and they drop the NFTs, like, obviously, again, my opinion is they're going to appreciate in value at an insane rate. Might come out at, because as Shaitoshi says, they're going to come out as typical. He said typical standard NFT pricing. So usually that's about 0.025, 0.03 Ethereum, all the way up to half or somewhere around there, 0.1, 0.2, who knows what exactly. But again, about $100 equivalent per NFT. For Shiba Inu and their NFTs, I think it's going to be a little bit at a bigger premium just because, again, their community is so large. Because typically with NFT communities, you see 5,000 maximum, usually 10,000 members that are going to invest as soon as the NFT goes live or drops. But with SHIB, it's going to be pretty significant. But I want to make sure that you guys also are aware of one other opportunity. So I made a video on my channel, and I'm actually working with this team pretty closely now. I don't want to consider myself someone from their board by any means because I don't have that kind of relationship. But the fact is I'm expecting some really big things out of this community and this crypto asset. And that is the bad baby dino. So one thing that's a perfect segue, because we have Dr. B on, is you guys saw, let's see, it was on Twitter somewhere. Let's see, I think Dr. B might have retweeted it. Because they actually pledged, where is it? For the St. Jude's fund that Dr. B is currently working on, he's going to be, they're donating from their own money $1,000. So the question is, what's that?
They did.
Yeah. Oh, they already did. They donated $1,000 for the St. Jude's fund.
Yeah. Thank God for him, man.
Yeah. No, it's really awesome. Here it is right here. So it looks like Dr. Mimedi said, wow. And just like that, very special thanks to Bad Baby Dino NFT for the donation of $1,000 in Ethereum to help support St. Jude. Man, this is awesome. He says, Saitama Wolfpack, show Bad Baby Dino some love. They have a big NFT drop coming soon. So let's go ahead and transition and talk about that just a little bit. Because again, I'm always trying to put you guys on the plays that I'm in. And guys, the fact is people have asked me after I made my video, how do I buy Bad Baby NFTs? It's not on OpenSea. It's not even available yet. The fact is right now is they're building the platform. They're building their artwork. They're building the NFT tokens currently. And it's going to be going live probably the next week and a half to 2 weeks. And everybody has a maximum mint that you can get. And a lot of people are probably going to be shocked about this because most NFTs, they might have a little bit of a cap, but they have a 10 maximum cap. 10 max NFTs that each individual wallet can have. So for somebody that's just looking to, I know there's things, the biggest worries right now in 2020 are rug pulls, are scams, are, just a quick buck that some group is trying to make. But the fact is they're putting a cap on the number of NFTs each person can buy. So if you comprehend that for a second, anyone that's looking to just make money, they would have no cap. Buy as many NFTs as you want, take the opportunity, and buy into them. So again, there's a few things that I've been able to talk to the main developer about. And the big things that I want to mention, let me just pull up another tab so I can mention those. And it is, let's see here. Just going to have to pull into my email. Give me one sec, folks. Because again, I think this is an opportunity. And that's one thing I want to ask right now in the chat. For anybody that has invested in NFTs, or I should ask, how many of you have already invested in NFTs? That's one thing I want to know. And someone said, oh, Dr. B has. All right, cool. I haven't yet, believe it or not, Dr. B. Which NFTs are you in?
Oh man, I just saw one I saw that I liked from a Twitter person, and I don't. It's just like one, and then the one you liked the other day with the crystal around. It's like looks like a reptile's eye or something, right? I thought that was pretty cool. I found that on OpenSea on the Polygon chain, and it was like little or nothing. I was like, man, I'm going to get this because I just think it's cool.
There you go. So you just like the artwork.
Yeah, exactly. And then I minted my own NFT for my clinic because I thought it was a great marketing scheme. Right. So I took my logo for the clinic and made some variations of it, and I minted them and just said, hey.
How cool is that?
Yeah. And I said, if nothing else, I'll be the first clinic in the world who ever minted their own NFT. That
is pretty dang awesome. Wow. Yeah. Man, oh man. Innovative. I love it. That's pretty dang awesome. Let's see. Let me quickly just pull this up. Here we go. Google Drive. I'll show you guys here. All right. So, because there's been so many questions. What is their website? Specifically about Bad Baby Dinos. But I'm just going to cover a couple things here real quick. Because, again, they are folks that are trying to give back. And I think that's huge. I bought T-Apes. Tron, says Johnny Chan. From what I heard, let's see. I'm trying to see what NFTs people have. Every transaction. Says, nope, I have not. Yes. There's a lot of yes and no's. SHIB XRB and Cardano. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about Bad Baby Dino. Let's talk about it for a second. So just so you guys are aware, they do have a Twitter. So at Bad Baby Dinos NFT. The fact is their drop is supposed to happen in the next week and a half to 2 weeks. Currently on the Discord, right now, at the time of this live stream, they are at, I think, 368 members or so. Very small community, not very big yet, but again, trying to do something special that not many other NFTs are. And that's, again, their focus. They have a focus on charity, which I think is just extremely unique. Just that by itself makes me want to mint, because the money that we put into it, a portion of that will be going back for charitable donations. But let's go ahead and talk about what this is and why I am even bullish about it. Because again, you're not going to put your money into something that you don't think will double, triple, or, at least go up 200-300% in the crypto space in 2021. Nowadays, people have higher risk tolerance than before. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So again, Bad Baby Dino. So they're currently just generating the artwork, which they already pretty much completed. They're doing a 12,000 NFT drop middle of October. That's the goal. So again, the community in the feeling that I'm getting out of it, again, the social media presence that they already have makes it seem kind of to me like the Wolfpack and the SHIB Army. Very, again, social media savvy people who are just all over Twitter. You could see things on, different social media platforms, not so much the YouTube space yet or the TikToks. But the fact is they're trying to make a name for themselves already. But what we have to realize is the things that I really like about the project, outside of, all the things that they're doing, because right now they're working on the Web3 development and smart contracts. The thing that they're doing is the pre-sales that they're allowing, which you're seeing for the majority of NFT drops now, is 2 pre-sales. So anyone that's part of their Discord right now gets the opportunity to even mint a single NFT. And I think for anybody that is interested in the NFT space, this might be a great one to do. It's an ERC20. So again, you could use Uniswap with your MetaMask wallet, Coinbase wallet, whatever it is. You just swap for an NFT directly with the Ethereum that you hold. So for me, my plan is to mint all 10 that I can have in my wallet. Or obviously, I wouldn't even be covering this project. Now, the other things that I really like is post full mint. So once the 12,000 NFTs are 100% minted, $50,000 US dollars are going to some type of child care. So it could be something like St. Jude's Hospital, which I really had no idea that St. Jude's Hospital pays for all the children's care. I had no idea about that. So thank you, Dr. B, for letting us know. That's pretty unique. That's pretty awesome, man. So again, is it only for their pediatric cancer cases, or is it for anybody?
For everybody.
Wow.
Yeah.
100% non-for-profit, and doing what they have to do. Because obviously most institutions aren't for profit, but they're doing it if you're uninsured or whatever.
Absolutely. And I think the operating cost per day for them is like $2.8 million. So, 1 million is a drop in the bucket, but it's better than nothing, man.
Right. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. But they're still able to sustain themselves. I'm sure they have some type of business model that ends up letting it work out. But it's cool that, they're getting enough charitable donations to sustain this practice.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Wow. All right. So again, 50,000 will be going to childcare, and then $50,000 will go back to a charity that we decide on as Bad Baby Dino NFT investors. So those of us who hold any of the collection, and they're going to have a few different ones with different artwork, it's going to be kind of cool. And again, for me, this is an introduction to the NFT space. And hey, if I can double or triple my money in the span of 2 weeks before the drop goes public and is tradable on OpenSea, because that's how NFTs work. You buy them during a pre-sale. You get about 100% minted. That is the goal for any. And thereafter, when the minting is done, you can now take your NFT and say you just want to quickly double up or triple up. You can head over to OpenSea and list it there. That's really how NFTs end up working. You have something that's unique with a unique code behind it or token. That's always going to have, it's going to be just an N of one there. Yes, they're making 4,000 of a few different unique NFTs, which are for the total of 12,000. And hopefully they can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if they're still around, but they were at the beginning of the stream. But regardless, the fact is this is going to be a pretty big opportunity. The other thing that's really cool is the dividends that people get back. So the Dino Snack Jar, it's called. And I'm going to be making a dedicated video just for this. But again, 6% royalty after any bad baby dino is sold on OpenSea. 50% will go back to the community as holders, and 3% will be going back in the form of Ethereum. So you're going to be getting more Ethereum in your wallet as an investor. And mind you, this is not hundreds of thousands of tokens or trillions of tokens where it's like pretty insignificant. No, we're talking, 12,000 unique NFTs that'll be dropping, and there it is. So being one of those 12,000 holders of the NFT, you're going to be making, anytime there's buys or pretty much sells, not buys, but the sells, we as investors get 3% back. So they're starting the Dino Snack Jar as the development team by putting 10 Ethereum directly into it. So again, the bigger the position, the more snacks you get. So if you have more, which you can buy, of course, after the minting is done, and if you have a full set of the different characters, again, more money that way. So again, cool opportunity. Wanted to make sure I reintroduced it because I only made so far, I think, a single video, and the minting is starting really soon. So if you haven't already, go ahead and check it out. Again, Dr. B's here. They've given to his charity or charitable donation wallet that he's already created. So really cool opportunities, guys. And we want to be a part of them, right? So why not?
Hey, Pop, I wonder, can they do a special St. Jude NFT that St. Jude can auction off, That'd be kind of cool. Like,
wow, that's a good idea. Let me put that down. I'll see what yeah, let's see. So St. Jude special NFT. That's actually a really unique idea.
Yeah, right?
Wow. And that'd help them, get their name out there too.
It would. It'd help everybody, man.
That really would be. And then 100% of their money goes directly to St. Jude.
Yep.
Dr. B. That's pretty cool, man. I like it a lot. That's a great idea. All right. Coming up with some cool things today. And when I get excited, I start sweating. And today I'm sweating a lot. So that's a good sign. I get nervous. All right, cool. So again, make sure you guys are following Bad Baby Dinos NFT. I'm going to quickly just drop their Discord in the, let's see if I can figure out. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let me see. Make you full screen. I just want to make sure everybody has access. Here's the Discord. There's a Discord link here on their Twitter. So just go ahead at Baby Dinos NFT. If you have Twitter, most of you do, go on there and give them a follow and join the Discord. I think it's going to be a pretty big opportunity. Always trying to put you guys on. All right. So Saitama. Let's go ahead and talk about Saitama because I know we have a big portion of the Wolfpack in the chat right now. We have nearly 500 people, 485 individuals. So if you haven't already, smash that like button, folks. Subscribe to the channel. Join the Your Pop community. We're growing each and every day. So let's see what we got here. We have Saitama's price action, which I know a lot of people have been kind of questioning, like what's going on? Where's the hype? Where's the excitement? So a couple things that are probably causing this sell-off, in my opinion. Do I think it's a long-term thing or it's going to continue to sell off? Not necessarily. I don't think so. I think right now it's just trying to figure out where is the support line, which we don't really know for sure. Because a few days ago, and last day of September, it pulled way down all the way. It added a zero, if you will, right? And I know you guys saw, and one of the big questions you guys are asking is, Scott, are married with crypto? He put on Twitter saying, what was it? Looks like Saitama is going to add a zero today. Load up your bags if, you've been trying to invest into it. But then thereafter, it's just like, what happened? Where'd he go? What's happening? And so just so you guys are aware, he's currently working on his own crypto asset, which again, I think there was like some conflict of interest or something happened along the way where just things didn't really mesh well with him, the development team, and Saitama. When again, you guys have to remember that all the things that he did do, there was some positive things, obviously, from his own money, his own investments. He put money into the project because, again, he really believed in their vision and really liked what he saw. But to each his own. And again, no hard feelings whatsoever. It's just unfortunate to see. But let's go ahead and talk about everything leading up to Saitama. Because you guys know I published a video last night talking about Saitama. I talked about Saitama and I talked about why I think by the end of the month, we could see another 4 to 5x, 4 to 500% increase in price based off of just, again, speculation, kind of looking at a calculated market cap of approximately 800 million, fully diluted, yes, at 1.1 billion, but leading up to Saitama and the bull market. Because right now things are looking really bullish across the market. So I truly do think that we might see Saitama rally during the month of October. Now, what's it going to take for that to happen? A lot of things occurred between the all-time high and now, and that is people were expecting the big listing on a top 10 exchange. The development team failed to deliver on that. But does that mean it's not going to happen? No, I still think that there is some strong possibility that we're going to see Saitama listed on a top 10 exchange very, very soon. But remember, guys, when it comes to exchange listings, and let's use SHIB, my favorite token, as prime example, what we see typically with listings is hype and excitement, short-lived, very short-lived for maybe a day or so. And then we follow that by seeing people take profits. People will take profits based off that spike, and then we see a significant sell-off. So unsustainable gains is what we typically see with any. Look at Alchemy Pay. This is, I think, the biggest example when they got listed on Coinbase. Let's go to Alchemy Pay. Right here. July, it was at 0.004. It went up by, what is that? I think it was, 10? It went up a lot. It went from not even a cent, 0.004 to basically 1.5, 1.6 at the very peak. Insane gains, 40, 50, 60x. I'm not doing the proper math right now, but it's somewhere around there, say. The fact is again, what happened thereafter? Significant sell-off because people took profits. So what I always try to help people understand, to my best ability, is whenever you see any crypto asset, right? If you're buying it for its fundamentals, its tokenomics, its vision, its long-term potential, then you're not going to worry about small exchange listings, small little catalysts on the way. No. You're going to start focusing and paying attention to the big news catalysts. When something happens, sure, you might take a little bit profits off the top, but you're still leaving the majority of your investment in because you're going to be able to stomach the volatility along the way because you believe in the actual project, not just looking at the quick buck or the quick gain, because those are the majority of people who are getting burned. And what we're seeing right now is a huge shift. A lot of investors in SHIB and a lot of investors in Saitama are moving over. They're moving over to the next big thing, the thing that has the big potential. And I know a lot of people have been asking or saying, Klikai, what's going on with it? Big gains that people are seeing over the span of literally 2 or 3 days. It rallied significantly. But again, followed by a pretty significant sell-off. But does that mean the rally's over? Probably not. I think it could still do well. But the fact is this is what people do. They try to find a token that has a lower market cap. They'll jump into it, put as much money as they can. They watch it go up, thinking that it's going to have as much of a price appreciation or a parabolic price action as some of the previous tokens that they were invested in that they missed out on. And then they get burned. people get burned, because I know how many people probably ended up buying right up here, right? Near the peak, because they were thinking, wow, it's still so early. It's going to keep going. But then it's followed by sell-off, and they're unable to stomach that volatility. They sell for a loss, and they come back here crying to the channel, coming on the chat, trolling around, because they realize that, hey, I'm not actually an investor. I'm just someone that's gambling. I'm looking to just make a quick buck and leave. And that's not what the crypto space is about. Yes, there are opportunities like that, but you could find those opportunities anywhere. There are communities literally everywhere creating these pump and dump type schemes. But again, what that's going to do, and I hear the from Dr. B, but the fact is what that's going to end up doing to you is it's going to affect you in a negative manner. It's going to really, you're going to get burned. You're going to lose a lot of money, and you're going to be very regretful. Now, Click, I think what they have is super innovative, and I think they're going to do something great. But again, if you're unable to stomach volatility, this is not the crypto asset for you. Same thing for SHIB, right? You guys know how bullish I am on Shiba Inu. Same thing for Shiba Inu. I'm not just biased on one or the other. If you're unable to stomach the volatility, this thing has been going up to 900, 950s, all the way down to 600s. That's a 20, 30% fluctuation day to day, or the span of, within a week, you could see that. So if you can't do it, maybe this space is not for you, or instead do some research, educate yourself as much as possible. Don't only look at YouTube videos, right? Go out, read articles, read what you can. There's some fundamental information about blockchain technology, about what cryptocurrencies intend to do in the future. And I think that's one way that it can help with the days like, that we saw all the way through September, all the way through pretty much all of August. Look at this. The graph, this is hard to look at. Not very bullish at all. But again, with that mindset, that long-term investment mindset, I think we're going to see some really significant gains moving forward. And that's because, again, we have the NFT drop, short-term catalyst, which is actually a long-term catalyst because the NFTs are permanent. And also, one thing that we want to look at is NASDAQ. So this was kind of unique to me. I know you guys saw this. So NASDAQ published an article called Shiba Inu is suitable for only the most speculative crypto investors. A lot of things that I didn't like about it, but the fact is, hey, I'll take any publicity for our favorite crypto asset, right? So they say Shiba Inu crypto was recently listed on Coinbase Global, and they went in and kind of talked about what happened, a little bit about the price action, but where this leaves Shiba Inu is what's kind of significant because they talked about it as a meme currency. I'm like, listen, if you guys think it's a meme currency, go look at the phase 2 roadmap. Like what's a meme about that? What's meme about a decentralized exchange? Where you could swap pretty much the majority of ERC20 tokens. What's a meme about having your own blockchain? Yes, the idea behind it is fun. It's different. But Shibarium and layer 2 blockchain, again, something that's going to be a 3rd generation blockchain. With ShibaNet, the fact that you can use it, you can utilize Shiba Inu now as a form of currency on a lot of different e-commerce related things. Like there's so much use cases, more so than any others. So yeah, we came out as a Doge killer, but we're coming out now from that as something much, much greater. But again, going through, they just talk about where this leaves Shiba Inu. So again, Decrypt Magazine makes a very good point, they say, about the rise of SHIB. It talks about the purpose of meme tokens like Shiba Inu. First, the magazine describes the purpose is not. The main purpose of the current crop of meme tokens isn't to unlock utility on some protocol or to deploy it as votes on governance decisions. False. They don't know what Bone is. They don't know what the other crypto assets are that are part of this ecosystem. That's exactly what Shiba Inu is trying to do. So this is incorrect. Their actual purpose is far different. It's to trade them with the hope that critical mass of users will develop, as happened with Dogecoin in the early days. And I think that's where we're transitioning currently. So what's happening right now, and this is the one thing that I can justify with what we're seeing with the price action, is it's confusion. This is a lot of confusion. People don't know, do I get into SHIB because it's a Doge killer as a meme? I'm looking for that 10x gain that I'm probably not going to see? Is this going to follow Dogecoin's price action and kind of keep that meme type feel to it, although they have their own use case? Because believe it or not, regardless of our current use case and things that are on our roadmap, the reality is, what was the initial way we were marketed? What was the initial way we got traction with the VB burn? Everything that had to do with it was at the very beginning, Ryoshi's initial vision was, again, really making this the Doge killer, direct competitor with Dogecoin. And it helped. It helped get traction. And obviously, if you were an early investor and decided to buy into it, you saw some big gains. Do you remember the twin brothers, $8,000 investment to a $5 or $7 million payout? That's crazy money that you're seeing. And people jumped into SHIB thinking, hey, this is going to provide me with the same opportunity now after the run up. That's not how it typically works. Again, market cycles, right? So we saw the sell off, consolidation. If it was a rug pull, what would have happened was we would have came right back here. But the reality is, and other exchanges realize that Shiba Inu isn't here to rug. These developers are looking for something a lot greater. And so then we started seeing all the listings, exchange listings, but consolidated all the way out. But now what we're prepared for, that we have the exchange listings that we've been looking forward to. We have the use case that we've been looking forward to. We have the decentralized exchange that we were looking forward to way back in May. We have all the things to set us up for success. So when the market rallies, and we see now Shiba Inu at some point was not following Bitcoin at all. If Bitcoin was up, SHIB was down. If Bitcoin was down, SHIB was up. It was very confusing, and investors were getting very frustrated with that. But now we're set up, in my opinion, for what I believe is going to be a very, very, very successful quarter four with all the new exchange listings. The access is there. It's easy to buy SHIB now. Whether you want to pay gas fees or not, you don't have to. You don't have to worry about swaps. You could buy directly from whatever exchange you like. So we'll see where it goes. But guys, I am more bullish now than I was in May, when I was in June, July. And I know the price action hasn't been super fun. But hey, we'll take the green days like today. And once it doubles up, which I know it will when we take down that zero, if that's today, if that's tomorrow, whenever it happens, it happens. But again, that's only the beginning for this crypto asset. It's only the beginning. Dr. B, what are your thoughts, man? I've been talking a lot.
Yeah, it's good. I'm good at listening too, right?
Yeah. Real doctor.
So, yeah, right. I think we're living in a very exciting time, quite honestly. And I think those two assets, SHIB and Saitama, are two of the most unique. And to be a part of this is just kind of surreal, actually, for me. Actually, I was really, I was almost burnt out, like as a physician, right? And so delving into this crypto space really gave me something to take my focus off of my worries or my day-to-day grind, right?
Yeah.
So it's been just great to be a part of the community. These communities are unreal, right? But when I look at it from an investment opportunity, first of all, I think about the rest of the people out here, Joe Public, right? And I probably brought 12 people into the crypto space since May, right? And with the whole idea of getting them into SHIB, because I knew they could get a lot of bang for their buck in terms of assets for what little they had to invest in, right? But to drag them over into the DeFi space was like pulling teeth. I just couldn't do it. They just didn't have the inherent curiosity or willing to take that risk to go into SHIB swap or something like that, right? And so, but still, those who do exploit the opportunity of SHIB swap, I mean, you can do really well passively making bone every day, right? And when the price action and more people get pulled into that space, it's just going to go up more and more and more. I'm super bullish on SHIB. And the same thing goes for Saitama. I love Saitama. It's already created a lot of millionaires. But I think they solved a problem, like I was just telling you about the people who are kind of reluctant to go into the DeFi space, or they don't understand it's too technical for them. So Saitama solves that problem with the Saitama mask. And I am so excited about that. I am super excited about the Saitama mask because it's going to make it as easy as buying a lotto ticket, right? And if you can do that, people get paralysis. They get paralysis by analysis. And when you give too much information to them, they can't. It's too much, so they don't do anything, right? When you make it simple, then they'll move. So what I think is most unique about the other part about Saitama, aside from the Saitama mask, their dev team is amazing. They communicate well with the rest of the community, and they're doing a very good job of marketing. So I'm just like, I can't believe I'm so blessed to be in these communities, man. Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow. I mean, don't get me wrong. When on my Coinbase, it looks like who's who of top 30 assets or whatever. You know, I'd have a recurring thing every week. A certain amount of money goes into buying Bitcoin, buying Ethereum, buying AMP, ACH, POTI, just you name it, right? Matic. I have all these things that I strongly believe in crypto, and I want to support these projects, and I also believe that 10 years down the road, these things are going to be just right. But when it comes to having a love and a passion for something that you're investing in, and I don't see any, without fear of contradiction, I can love both Saitama and SHIB. They both fulfill a need and a want for me as an individual. So I wish that beef between the communities would end, so that we can actually grow together. And because we're too small of a subculture to be having infighting, in my humble opinion. I think we ought to be trying to demonstrate some solidarity so that we can bring about mass adoption of cryptocurrency, and then we'll just all benefit economically and financially from this.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with that. And I understand even like the Dogecoin community is very anti-SHIB community, which is anti-Saitama, and that's how things are sometimes. But really, I think if we instead collaborate, come together, make something actually happen, it's gonna again ultimately bring us more positive price action, and also positive reinforcement from each other's communities. Because imagine if we all came together, it would be something very beautiful. And that's why I know, like even today, anytime usually I bring up two different crypto assets at once on the title of the videos or the streams, like I'll probably see a lot of downvotes, unfortunately, because it's like, no, talk about only this one, be exclusive, but that's not what I'm about. That's not what I'm looking for. And for anybody that disagrees, I made a video about this because people are asking, buy SHIB or buy Saitama, or don't talk about any at all. And I'm like, listen, this is the reality. If you don't like me talking about other crypto assets, you don't have to stick around or click the video. That's ultimately your decision. You don't have to click, watch on the video when it comes up. When it's SHIB related, click it. If it's not something, and again, if that's your mentality, but for me, I'm here for, again, yes, I see that comment right there. Crypto Deb says positive vibes. That just caught my eye. Positive vibes, that's all we're about. We're just trying to bring a community together and build ourselves up, because we're all in the building stage right now. We're building our portfolios.
Right.
A lot of us are, being introduced to cryptocurrency. And if all it's about is, like this cult following and just trying to battle things out, that's not going to take us anywhere. It really won't. And I've been in crypto enough to know that. So I don't know about you, Dr. B. How long have you been an investor now in the crypto
Not very
space?
long, like a year.
Yeah, 1 year now.
Yeah. So
you got in at a good time then.
Huh?
You got in at a good time if it's been about a year.
I did. I'm a neophyte, so to speak. There was a couple of things that happened that really convinced me that I need to really get into this thing. A dentist friend of mine, and he comes from a culture where they really value money, living, modestly, and that kind of thing, right? And when that run up happened back in, what was that, April? I think he pulled out, or he paid off his $600,000 house. Let's put it that way.
Wow,
Right?
that's amazing.
The guy did very well, and I said, okay, now I need to really, take this thing seriously, right? So that thing happened. Yeah, but not very long. So I'm always learning, man, and I've learned a great deal from guys like you and Zach and the rest of these guys, Austin, Hilton. Been great. And just getting there reading and taking advantage of the learn and earn on Coinbase is great too. So yeah, it's been a wonderful experience.
Absolutely, it really has. I've learned a lot. I got burned. Because you have to lose. What is it? What's the quote? You got to lose to learn how to win. So I know for me, I've lost a decent amount, and thankfully I didn't have enough capital to invest that much money, but I'm thankful that I did lose at first to now see the significant gains that I've had the opportunity of seeing here in 2021. So it's been great.
Yeah, I won't mention any names, but somebody's smart chain, I've lost a few chasing projects, and I said, man, I'm done chasing these projects, especially in that space. I'm staying over here in the ER or others.
Right. One of the things that shocked me was, I don't know if you remember the Grapefruit project with Kai Green and his collaboration with SHIB. That one just, I think 100%, and he's just disappeared from, but he's a very well-known individual. Like millions of people follow him on Twitter, but he just disappeared afterwards. So I'm like, how does someone with such a big public, he's a public figure, do such a thing? Like he actually ended up rug pulling this crypto asset, which shocked me really. But
Yeah.
hey, that shows you literally nobody knows what's going to happen the next day. We have no
Yeah, I
clue.
didn't appreciate that either. I didn't lose
Yeah.
a bunch of money with that because I kind of I think we were waiting on a white paper. We were waiting on something, and it seemed like it was. So I think I shifted back into SHIB. I just kind of put a little over there, just to see what would happen. It made me kind of skittish after a while. Um,
Yeah.
but back to that Saitama SHIB thing, like I told you, I'm into the swap and that kind of thing. And I think it's important. Like right now, you can't get Saitama everywhere. But I buy it on the swap because I'm invested in the swap. So when I use or any of these assets that I can get, I prefer to buy it on the swap because I'm invested in the swap. So it's like buying for myself. To me, that
Right.
just makes
Exactly.
sense, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Am I wrong in that thinking? Or what are your thoughts on that, Pop?
No, that's exactly what I do. Like anytime I buy, because you're saying use Shiba Swap to buy your Saitama tokens or any other ERCs.
Right, because you're going to get a reflection from Saitama, and then you're going to get maybe a little something from SHIB in terms of the bone action, that kind of thing. As you know, if you have LP pairs or staking or whatever the case may be. So
100%.
it's like a symbiotic mutualism or
Yeah.
something.
No, exactly, and that's why I exclusively use Shiba Swap for any of my ERC20 transactions, because I'm staking, and I have money in the liquidity pool. So it's, as you just said, you get some returns back, which is pretty cool. You don't get that opportunity with Uniswap or any of the other swaps, Sushi Swap, whichever ones they are.
Right.
Yeah.
So I did. This is kind of funny. I said, I'm gonna go into the swap. What are the chances that all of these assets associated with the swap is going to be down at the same time? So I got Leash and I got Bone and Shiv, and I'm like, and we started going through this desert period during the summer, man. I'm like, oh my God. And so
Yeah.
today I am just thanking God, right? I'm like, look at this, right? So because all of them went up today, right? All of them, and it was
Yep.
just beautiful, dude.
It really has been. And I think one of the hardest things, and I'm thankful that I learned this when I was investing in stocks exclusively last year, 2020, 2019, and that is understanding the concept of DCA or dollar cost averaging. It's something that I did not understand at first because I was like, I need to put my money in the assets that I like right now because that's how we are, That's why I still believe, the reason that we have, malls and the stores open is people like that right now feeling. When you do an online order or whatever, it takes time for it to get delivered. So most people would rather, go out and buy what they want to buy. I'm one of those. I prefer to go buy my things in person because I want that immediate satisfaction of getting it. So same thing is like investing into a project. You want to put all your money in right at once. I want to buy into this. If it's Saitama, if it's SHIB, whatever crypto asset it might be, you put all your money in immediately. And if it dips, you can't buy the dip because, hey, my buying power is no longer there. And that's why I believe in that DCA. I like an asset. Say it was, what's the newest one right now that's been kind of hot topic, Clique High, right? I like the project and I have $300 to my name. I'm not going to put $300 into it. I'll divide that money up into either thirds or fourths, $75 or $100. I'll put in an amount because now I got my skin in the game. I'm invested. If it goes up 10x, hey, cool. Yes, I don't have a $3,000 return because I didn't put all $300 in, but I have a $1,000 return. I'm happy with that. So again, if it comes down to, no, the other thing happened. It pulled back significantly because of some of the whales decided to cash out. Now I'm putting in my next $100 because it's down 15, 20, 25, 30%. Setting price targets for your own self or setting, days even. Say on Monday I'm going to buy, on Wednesday and on Friday, regardless of price action. That's another pretty good strategy, in my opinion, that's worked out for a lot of people who've been investing for quite some time. And that's what I do. What I try to do is I copy people, investors who have seen significant gains. And it's worked pretty well. And I'm talking for those who are in the stock market. I'm just doing that in the crypto space. So it's been pretty cool.
Right. Yeah, agree.
Yep.
And it's really hard to fight that energy of that FOMO, man. And
It is.
yeah,
FOMO is, man, trust me, I've been there, done that. Even to this day, one of the hardest things is being able to not just hit that trigger or not falling into that fear of missing out because it's tough. And look at Shiba Bone Collector. Kandeja, thank you so much for the $10. He says, what do you think of Clee, Pop? I DCA up to 13.2 trillion tokens now. That sounds like a lot of tokens, man.
it's a lot of bank. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and Kandeja is always, in my opinion, one of the big whales on the channel. But honestly, again, you did what you had to do. You dollar cost averaged in. I actually am looking into Klee because I want to cover it. Back in, when was this? Oh, it was a while back now. Let me just pull up Klee Kai because I know it's been hot. I know people have been asking me, dude, you got to cover Klee, you got to cover Klee. And then Luffy token was the other one. You got to cover this, you got to cover that. The developer started talking about Klee Kai. This was back in I think it was end of July. Same time as when I started covering Saitama. And they hit me up and they're like, man, this is the token. But I get so many of those emails. I get so many of the emails and messages about all these crypto assets. And they're like, we're creating this Temple Run game. It looks like Temple Run. But you get, some of the native token for playing. And I'm like, oh, a pay to play game. That's actually kind of unique. So yes, I want to have a conversation. We had a video call. We talked. But I ended up not following through. So did I miss out on a pretty big, significant run up? I did. I honestly did. But am I mad about it? No, because, hey, more opportunities are to come. And I think still, Klee Kai, with the innovative project that they have on their pipeline right now and releasing this to I think it's still going to be something big. And do I think it's too late? No. Am I going to wait for a decent sell-off, which we're seeing now? Yeah. So maybe now is time to put some skin in the game. Still looking into it. I'll identify if this is a crypto asset that I will go into. And when I do, I'll always just let the channel members know, the Patreon members, the people who support. And then I'll also follow it by creating some content around it to make sure. But again, I have to do my research fully before I'm comfortable even considering mentioning something like this. But since you guys are on the live stream and Kandeja asked, let's of course just mention it. And what are your thoughts, Dr. B? Are you invested in Klee Kai or what are your thoughts, man?
Me?
Yeah, Dr. B.
Yeah, who else you talking to, right?
I mean, anybody else in the chat too. How many of you are in Klee Kai?
I did put some into Klee Kai. I went and looked at the project. It looked pretty cool. I said, maybe I'll put a little bit over here and watch it, so look at the price action. And one thing that was kind of concerning was the 1.5 trillion I think you have to have in your wallet just to play the game. And I'm saying to myself, that has to come down in order to get people to play that game. But all these gaming kind of interfaces are very interesting to me. I don't know if you recall, what is it? What's the one, Mark Axie? I kind of do some Axie too, right? I don't play any games, unfortunately. But that article, they were doing an article covering the Philippines, and people were making $50 US over in Philippines, which is $1 is equal to like 50 Filipino pesos, right? So essentially they were making 2,500 Filipino pesos a day playing a video game, right? I said that's the power of this new technology, blockchain and cryptocurrency, man. Because you look at these underserved countries and I don't want to say third world, developing countries, and to be able to have that wealth now, to be able to do something in your community that you didn't have just by using your phone, brother, that is amazing. That is amazing to me. Yeah.
That is absolutely insane. And I know a lot of third world countries, they end up, like, I know one of the games that I actually, play quite a bit, not so much anymore, but one of them, it's an MMORPG. It's called RuneScape. It's a multiplayer game that you could play. It's worldwide. People play it all over, but South American countries, third world countries, utilize their currency because it's more valuable as a video game currency than their own actual native currency of their country. So Venezuela, places in Colombia, a few different countries are utilizing these gaming type currencies to actually make transactions. And I'm talking real life things that they could buy with the gaming. And it's like, hold on a second. If we know that's happening with gaming currencies, and now they're starting to come up with these IGOs, initial game offerings within the crypto space, that's why I truly think, it's the perfect marriage. You're bringing crypto assets and gaming communities together because that's what they like doing. They like to do pay to play type platforms. Even if a game doesn't offer a certain payout, they still will sell in-game currency for the US dollar, for Bitcoin, for Ethereum. And I've seen it myself, and it's pretty crazy what's happening right now. And I think, again, if the crypto market and certain projects come out that are perfect to kind of disrupt the space and create a place for people to earn money while playing video games within their own blockchain, an absolute game changer. And that's why I covered Mist a few weeks ago. I don't know if you caught on that one, but unfortunately it's a Binance based token. So it's BEP, which is on the Binance Smart Chain. But regardless, the fact is that they're about to finish their beta and release. And what we've seen from previous tokens that are similar, anywhere between 50 to 100x return. So I'm like, hold on a second. Why is this still at a $5 million market cap right now where most of them are 500 million, 400? Look at Axie. It's like 800 million. No, Axie's a few $1 billion at this point. So it's like, okay, is this something that's a little bit more innovative or is it not? Sorry. So if it is, it's going to be something big and it's going to offer people some pretty cool returns. And if not, hey, so be it. But I think it's a cool project. And I think, again, what NFTs are doing and the gaming space, crazy. Cryptocurrency is absolutely insane.
Yeah, I remember when you pushed that out. I think it was at like a 4 million market cap at that point.
Yeah.
You missed. I checked it out. Like, this is pretty cool. Maybe I'll slide something over there just to cover the roulette wheel.
Yeah.
We'll see. I had to go through a lot of ways. My trust wallet got hacked, man. And I was like,
oh, no.
My untrust wallet. But I didn't have much over there, just some smart chain stuff.
Yeah.
It's just one of them things. I actually think that some of these tokens may be on that chain, maybe having some malicious code or something in it. I don't know. But you start chasing these projects, and you just never know what you get on your wallet sometimes. Because I know I didn't interface with any websites, they hooked my wallet up with anything that was suspicious. In my mind, I didn't know, this is not, I'm a doctor. I'm not a tech guy. So I'm
for sure. Yeah, it's a lot of hoops. I know especially with Mist, I was like, man, I don't know if anyone's going to end up wanting to even consider investing because of all the hoops they have to jump through. So hopefully it's going to be listed on a bigger exchange soon, giving more access. But till then, it's pretty tough to buy with all the pancake swapping and lots of hoops. But we'll see.
Yeah, it was.
Yep. And surf.
But that's a learning opportunity.
Exactly.
That is a learning. Yeah.
Exactly. If anyone is successfully able to buy into that crypto asset or any with that same, the hoops you have to jump through, that means you're pretty well versed in crypto. So you're learning a lot, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely. And we have
yeah,
go ahead.
Oh, what do you think? 2022? For some reason, you think that maybe that's the year of crypto, man. Maybe that's the year when we hit this critical mass. At least that's what I've been expressing to people. I'm like, how much Bitcoin can you actually buy at this point for the average investor? Like, how much Apple stock can the average investor buy? Right? So I'm like, you got to get positioned. I'm telling people, get positioned, because I think 2022 might be that year that we take off in a major way, hit a critical mass where, maybe the global market cap maybe doubles, hopefully, or even better. At some point it's going to. And it seems just like a lot of big players in this space are establishing networks and what do you call these things? These networks like the Flexa network and Lightning network with the Bitcoin and you have an AMP, all these things, right? You see all these players, ACH and Visa and all these people are kind of congregating and agglomerating. It feels like they're getting ready to pull the trigger on this thing, in a major way. And I just hope that people don't lose faith in the process. This technology is going to be here to stay. It's already been implemented in a lot of spaces. So don't lose faith. If you take a loss on something, stick with it. Because I see people and I talk to people and they say, well, I had Doge and I bought it before it hit a penny and I sold out at maybe 10,000 and I should have held. And so now I'm kind of burnt on cryptocurrency. Right. I'm like, that wasn't Doge or cryptocurrency fault. Really, that was kind of your fault.
Right. Yeah,
right.
No, exactly. A lot of people fall in that boat, unfortunately. But one thing, because you asked about 2022 and what we're kind of expecting for me over the next few years, I really think this Bitcoin stock to flow model. Have you heard of the stock to flow model?
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah, and I think that's the one thing that we all really, really need to start paying attention to as we come to an end of 2021. And real quick, though, I do want to give a quick shout out. Mr. Sir Alvaz dropping a $20 super chat, said, brilliant, your pop. Just popping in real quick for your information. I've been in the bag or bagging both SHIB and Saitama, and Robin petitions almost at 200,000. And search and shout out. That is pretty awesome. Yeah, I know earlier I covered it this morning when SHIB was on fire, and I was like, wow, we're at 192,000 signatures on the petition. By the way, if you come to Boca Raton, Florida, or Cartagena, Colombia, I'll host you. Hello to the... What, Sir Alvaz? I didn't know. I was actually in Cartagena. I went down to... This is a side note real quick, but I went to Cartagena 2018. I was there for about a week, and my goodness, man, went to the playa, practiced my Spanish a little bit. It was an amazing time. So, Sir Alvez, hit me up on Twitter, bro. I love Cartagena. I would go back any day. I was there for a week. It was the same time that Will Smith was filming his movie in Cartagena, Gemini Man. So I didn't run into him, but I saw a stunt double. We took pictures with the guy, and I was like, dang, you really look like Will. So it was pretty cool. But appreciate you, Sir Alvez, always supporting and showing love. So thank you so much, man. So real quick, stock to flow model. So really, guys, when it comes to this model here, I'm going to make you a little smaller to Dr. V on the screen. There we go. All right. You guys could see how closely Bitcoin has been mimicking the price action of the stock to flow model. Because again, the whole thing is this is the one that applies to gold, and people really see Bitcoin as a commodity. It's something that, again, has a finite circulating supply. And again, over time, as long as digital assets and digital currencies continue to, be a thing, it's going to become more and more valuable. It appreciates over time. And again, following the stock to flow model based off the timeline, we see by the end of 2021, going into 2022, the price of Bitcoin should be right around $100,000. That's the goal. Yes, it's been, we're a little off right now, a little bit below. But what you can also notice is previously we were kind of sometimes above, consolidating below for a year, almost a year, above sometimes below. But overall, when you look at this model and Bitcoin's price action since 2010, 2011, it's been very closely following the price. So that's why people are speculating. And I'm not saying just random people. I'm talking about the Cathie Wood. I'm talking about, the big names, the Jack Dorseys, the Elon Musks, the people who maybe know a little bit more than we do or have some more, not insider information, but again, they just have access to more resources than you and I do as retail investors. But the fact is, a 100,000 price target for Bitcoin, in my opinion, very, very 110% possible by the end of the year. A $10,000 Ethereum, I truly believe in it, and that's why I hold Ethereum. It's one of my biggest holdings. SHIB is actually a little lower now. Ethereum is my number one holding in my portfolio. I believe in it, and I truly think that it's going to follow this because, again, same principle is Bitcoin leads the way to the rest of the crypto market. It's the mother of all crypto assets. Bitcoin does well, other assets will do well. Bitcoin flops or decreases or sells off significantly, so will other assets. But again, following this model, that means by probably end of 2021, we're supposed to see around $100,000, and then we'll be kind of right around at $400,000 for the next after the bull run. We'll probably consolidate there for a few years, as you guys can see, stagnant. But then thereafter, we're talking. Imagine a $6, $7, $8 million Bitcoin. Crazy to think about. And I know we're looking at a logarithmic scale here. Crazy to think about, hard to comprehend. But think about back in 2013 when someone was saying, Bitcoin's going to go to $1,000 and all the naysayers were like, what are you talking about? There's no way.
Right.
Think about the people who were saying that Bitcoin was going to go to $5,000, $10,000. People shut them down. Today, Bitcoin is nearly $50,000 per coin. Remember the guy with the pizza? He bought, a few hundred Bitcoin for a box of pizza? Like, that's what it was valued at. So again, all your crypto assets that you're currently holding, think about them as something that will appreciate over time. And when you look at this day-to-day volatility, don't focus too much on it. Look at the big picture. Look where we're headed. Look where we're going, because it's something beautiful, something special.
It's almost like Bitcoin needs to be in the market by itself with the rest of the coins.
Yeah.
It has such market dominance that it makes me wonder sometimes, should it be over here and then the rest of the so-called altcoins over here? I don't know. This is just me thinking out loud. It is, huge.
It is, man. It is. And real quick, shout out to Saitama Prince, dropping the $5 super. It says, Pop, please check your moderators. They have been putting Saitama Wolfpack on timeout for no reason. What? Most of my moderators are from the Wolfpack. I doubt that, but it's funny because it's like I'm seeing G Money, Wolfpack, Bree. I'm seeing a lot of the Wolfpack members in here, but I have been watching the chat and have not noticed that happening. Yeah, Prince, I don't think that's happening, man, because we have I think it's like not even 50-50. It's probably like 90% Wolfpack and SHIB Army members together, people who are duly invested, if you will. The majority of people in my chat, at least. The ones that are just SHIB or just Saitama just come and go. So That's what it
Yeah.
is for the majority of it. Yep,
So
yep.
so Pop,
Yes, sir.
what about these the Saitama catalysts coming, man?
Cider mask. Whew.
Yeah. So I don't know if this is true or not. I mean, I don't. I think Adam Shelton kind of kicked it around. I think somebody kind of introduced from the chat over into his stream the other night, and he was saying, maybe it's Ice Cube that's going to be joining that.
Ooh.
Because Adam, well, Russell was like, hey, you're going to have the a list of celebrities that's going to be at the unveiling of Cider Mask, and then that made sense to me when maybe it is Cube. He's got the Big Three League and those guys, NBA guys, and I don't know. That'd be huge. Now, I'm not one
That's
to just
true.
follow just because a person is a celebrity, but I
For sure.
understand the power and influence of having celebrities associated with your project, especially if it's solid. That's just more cream.
Look what Elon did for Doge.
100%. Every time he does something, it's like head fake.
It's crazy. So again, if we can have someone of that stature, and I was hoping, Jack Dorsey, even a Jeff Bezos on the other side, with Saitama, someone who just like, not, I wouldn't say, yeah, somewhat competes with Elon himself, because he is a market mover. Like the man, he has a huge, big social media presence, and that's the big thing that people need to understand. It's not just being a big celebrity; it's having a lot of social media presence. That's what differentiates Elon from other celebrities. Because people look at him, with the Elon fan club. Look at Tesla as a stock; it went absolutely parabolic. So a lot of these investors and people that are retail investors listen to anything this man says now, because they're like, "Wow, you made me a killing in my lifetime."
Right.
So yeah, so I think people do see him as an icon, but it is what it is. I think it's helped us obviously as the SHIB community.
Yep, it
Because
has.
anytime he talked about Doge, hey, SHIB would get a nice surge as well. If only he named his Shiba Inu SHIB or something, that would have been pretty funny.
I know, right? Instead of Flocky, now everybody says Flocky. Then
Flocky,
you watch
right?
the price action, like, oh my god.
Yeah, everyone flocked to Flocky, exactly.
What,
But
what, but what is that, right? I mean, nothing inherently changed about the project except for this guy spoke about it, and it's just amazing to me when things like that happen.
no, it's honestly crazy. Like the power he has. Like what's Kanye say? No one man should have all that power, right? It's
Yeah.
it's so true. It's scary, but again, he says he likes to pump but doesn't like to dump. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool though. He made people a lot of money. He helped a lot of people get out of the ruts if they were in it. So gotta
We've been
respect it, man.
we've been ignoring the chat, so I feel like we've just been knowing this thing. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
everybody. Thank you,
Oh, you guys,
Christine.
Christine. Yeah, so many people showing so much love. All I've been seeing, honestly, I've been trying to keep up, send chats here and there. Haven't done the greatest of jobs, but really appreciate everyone's positivity. And Mr. Junior Rice, thank you so much for the $5 super chat, my friend. This has been super fun so far. And honestly, guys, what I want to start doing, like I know I've mentioned this in the past, but having Dr. B on, for you guys, the people from the Shiba Army or the Wolfpack, if you just want to come on and join me for a live stream, I think it makes things fun. You don't have to be a big name, or if you're just someone who's invested and who's willing to share their investment journey. We can ask questions, and that's what I want to do. Do you guys have questions for Dr. B? I think it's just so cool to me that someone, a person who operates on people is also an investor in the community. That shows you the diversification that we have. We have people from all kinds of backgrounds. So you guys know, again, a pharmacist here, legal drug dealer, if you will, and still in the crypto space. We all have such unique backgrounds and different stories. So I think it'd be cool to, especially for the channel members and the Patreons, if I can somehow start giving you guys the opportunity to showcase yourself if you're willing and you're wanting to, or maybe you're looking to start your own YouTube page. I want to help support that too. So I want to see more and more.
The funny thing about it is, Pop, first of all, I love Pursuit of Purpose. I mean, that to me was like, who is this guy? He's like 26 and he just got it figured out, right? But, it's like with this crypto space, right? Like I keep going back to the subculture thing because you're like, hey, you're a physician or whatever, and but nobody in the OR wants to talk about crypto.
True.
Right. So I had to come in and get on the YouTube and on Twitter to get with the rest of the family, right? Just to be able to talk about crypto because people just kind of glaze over. And God almighty, if you ever mention something like a ZK roll up or something like that, I mean, people think you're crazy, right? I look at, Vitaly Buterin and he's talking about all these things. And I'm like, they're looking at like this guy, where planet is this dude from? And I'm like,
Right.
it's so weird because I think inherently, a lot of us who are in this space right now, you have to have a hell of an imagination to see some of the stuff that they're describing in these white papers, right?
Hmm.
You really do. Just because a lot of it, I don't have a reference frame from a lot, but I can see it in my mind's eye what they're trying to accomplish. And if I can identify with it and it makes sense, I might go with it, and the price is right.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. And I see George Crozier dropping the $5. He says, missed the regular live streams, especially saying Orc Cloud shot. George, man, I know, I do too. I used to do live streams. If you guys remember, peak summer, it was probably 3, 4 times a week, 5 times a week sometimes. But I'm planning to bring them back more often. I want to at least do 2 to 3 live streams a week. But it is very time consuming, and I'm trying to still figure out how to do the whole schedule thing, because you guys see how terrible I am, right? Like yesterday I had a plan to come on with Dr. B, introduce all this, do a live stream last night, but I was like, wait, time just is just flying, and running errands usually during my weekends. But again, still not an excuse. I still try to plan, and we'll bring back, hopefully not daily streams, because again, that's very difficult to do, but at least 3 days a week, especially if it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Give you guys, talk about different things, and I want to introduce also like a new type of weekly stream where we talk about like a gem finders, or identify a new cryptocurrency that we all like together. Do our due diligence, do our research live, show you guys kind of how I go about that process. How do I choose a crypto asset to invest in? Do I just go blindly into something that I think will? No, I usually try to do my due diligence and identify, hey, does this have a roadmap that really is fitting? Does it have something? Does it have a community backing? What is it making it special? And that's where I'll put my money. So we'll definitely bring them back. George, I got your back, my friend. And again, I appreciate your support since day one, George. And Rigor Mortis has been on the sideline waiting to join some more on the Pop Rigor show. But hey, maybe with Dr. B, we could make a whole new thing too.
Yeah, with her name like rigor mortis. First of all, Edgar, you're right. That commercial with Tom Brady is awesome, dude. When I saw that, and if you go to Tom Brady's Twitter page, you'll see he has the laser eyes, right? So he's out there caping for the crypto community hard right now. I know he's getting paid, but I think a lot of these, celebrities who want to diversify their thing are into crypto big time. But yeah, Rigor, let's talk about him. That's your brother, right? And I remember y'all came out, and it was kind of cool. I love that live stream. That was pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah.
And I don't want to put information, but I get to figure: is he a pathologist or a medical student or resident or something going on with him?
I mean, honestly, he just kind of keeps it low. Like he doesn't really want many people to know what he's doing. But yeah, yes. I mean, you're in the right realm of things. Exact, like you're pretty much spot on. So he's been just doing his thing. He does his whole crypto thing completely on the side for fun, but again, I think it's just because where he's at, and that kind of thing, he's waiting before he comes out and starts doing what I do, like the whole video and the full on docs, if you will.
Yeah. It's tough.
Yeah. So and again, off stream, you and I can definitely. I kind of want to introduce you to him, because I feel like you two would have a lot to talk about.
Yeah. Well, you guys have a lot of balls in the air doing this content creating, plus trying to have a job, be a husband. I mean, I know, man, it's tough trying to do all this stuff.
It is. And that's one thing that I kind of, lost track of, honestly, because, I've been married for about 2 years, and this YouTube thing came out of nowhere, and I'm very thankful for how things have gone. But imagine like working a 9-hour job, 9 a.m., coming home, 10-hour days most of the time, coming home at 7 p.m., saying hi to the wife, getting on the computer, 2.5 hour stream, and it's 10 o'clock. You say good night and go to sleep. Like, that's not sustainable. And I realized that, thankfully early enough on, and we had our conversations and talked about it, because I'm like, we're creating something special. And again, the people that are my, the viewer base, the subscribers, the individuals that I felt like every day when I was at work, all I was thinking about was YouTube. All I was thinking about was Brian Edwards. All I was thinking about was all the subscribers, the people who were coming back. And I'm like, man, this is like my family now. Like at work, I would just watch the clock tick, tick, tick. As soon as that, it's time to close up the pharmacy, I am speeding home, trying to get home to get on the computer, because it's just been something so special for me. But it's so hard to juggle and finding that balance. And I'm trying to still figure that all out.
Yeah, it becomes part of your consciousness, doesn't it? When you start to interact with all these people, you're like, man, this globe is fast.
Yeah.
So I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
So let's say you moon on an asset. You wake up one morning and now you're 7 figures deep,
Oh man,
right? On
imagine
something. What's the first thing you do, Pop? What's the first thing you're gonna do?
6-figure or 7-figure. I mean,
Yeah.
if it's enough for me to stop my work and just do YouTube, I would definitely do that. And I don't know what that figure exactly is, but the first thing I would do is tell work, put in that 2-week notice and say, hey, this is it for me. Thankfully now I'm financially free. That's it. Work off the table and then get myself out of student debt. Because right now I have a lot, like 6 figures in student debt just from pharmacy school and graduate school. A lot of money, man. And my hope, I had a 10-year repayment plan. But with how crypto is going and everything, I think I can probably make that hopefully in like a year or two. That's my goal. That's my goal, man. Get out of that debt. I want to be debt free.
Did I tell you my sister was a pharmacist?
Oh, you didn't?
I told you that.
You didn't say that.
I did. Did I tell you? I think I did, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. He went to Xavier, right down in New Orleans.
Oh, okay,
Yeah. But anyway, man, that's cool. I wonder what the community, everybody who's chatting now, what would you do? You wake up in the morning, you're a millionaire now. What you do? What's the first thing you do? I wonder.
Let us know right now in the comments. Brian Edwards asking, if you woke up and you were now a millionaire, Shiba Inu went up by 100x, Saitama went up by 1,000x, whatever it takes to get you to that millionaire status. What are you gonna do?
Run around the village.
Run around the village. 7 figures, then be arrested. Oh man, Alberto.
Right.
Off to Vegas. Man, going to Vegas? I would scream. Get out of student loans. Oh, man, crazy.
I think Lambo would be on last my list, though. I don't know. Would you get a Lamborghini? I don't know.
I think so. I'd want a smart car. That'd be pretty fun.
All right. I got you.
Not to be, since you're also, in the medical field and everything, and you know how much debt we accumulate through school. One question I have for you. This is like an idea that I had. I don't know if it's ever going to work, but I was like, something that I thought about, right? Because of how big this community has become on YouTube. I was thinking to make because I have my Patreon group and I have the channel members. And the majority of people in the United States and probably in other countries have some sort of debt under their name. Mm-hmm. It could be $10,000 or it could be up to like $200,000 to $300,000. But if you have 1,000 members who put in $100 each, you now have $300,000 to pay off a debt completely. You're now debt free. So what I was thinking, this is an idea that kind of came to my head. I'm like, okay, we have 70-some thousand subscribers on the channel and a lot of people that are indebted right now. And I know it's probably going to take there's some, hoops and stuff that I have to jump across. But I tried to again, all these ideas on my idea list. What if we can create some sort of fund that, like for the Patreon members and say once a month,
we take care of somebody.
You take care of somebody's debt completely, just wipe it out. And then it gets paid back though in like a cycle. So if that makes any sense, instead of
it does. What's the thing called? Susu or something?
I don't know if it has an actual term. It's just an idea. And I was just like, what if this is possible? Or like someone has a wedding, and it's like, I can't afford this $20,000 wedding, right? Or $30,000 wedding. It's like, well, what if the community can have this fund that we continue to circle across? And we use crypto, of course. SHIBA,
why not?
Saitama. Yeah, use crypto assets to make this kind of debt, removing debt through cycling funds within the community. And again, I know it's going to take something probably beyond me, but it's just an idea that I had in my head.
I think that's the start I think that's the start of a good idea. I wonder how we could do it and make it fair and legal. Because what happens? Well, I don't want to start getting into the hypotheticals.
Yeah, there's a lot of hypotheticals and there's a lot of caveats, and that's what makes it tough.
Yeah, because I know the IRS is going to be like, oh, can't do it. We want our cut too.
Exactly. No, for sure. No, I know that. So just an idea. Someday maybe we'll make it happen.
Yeah,
we'll see.
No, I like it. It's almost like a slush fund for the Patreon group or something.
Yeah, I think it'd be just a unique thing, but we'll see. We'll see how things go. And I know there's a couple super chats. Don't want to miss out on those. Big shout out to all the folks that have been, just supporting the channel since day one. Trucking Owner Ops, how are you, my man? Still looking for an answer. How many Shiba Shibs on a Shiba Inu? How many Shiba Shibs on a Shiba Inu? I have no idea. Shiba Shibs on a Shiba Inu. One Shiba on a Shiba Inu. I don't know. I think my mind is just not comprehending. Trucking, you got to tell me. And heavy metal chef says, was nice to see you tonight, Pop. Man, it's good to see you as well. Mr. Metal Chef, appreciate your support, brother. Thank you for the $5 and also just being one of the rock stars, man. Thank you. And Hawk's Nest, bring back the live streams when Shiba is taking off. I would like to learn when, how do we take profits? Even a video would be awesome. How to take profits when Shiba Inu skyrocket. Yeah, I think that's something that is not discussed about enough, but we can definitely, the live streams will be back. I really enjoy them. And look at this, we have 600 people that are just hanging out with us right now. That's a lot of people. Dr. B, isn't 600 people? It's kind of.
I know. Cause we're up against Brady. He's back in Foxborough and all this stuff, man.
Right.
Yeah.
We got Sunday night football.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is pretty awesome, man. And that's why I appreciate you guys so much. G Money, thanks for the support. Speaking of which, G Money and a few others, I still have people from the previous giveaways on my streams. There are still some individuals that I have not been able to get a hold of, or have had issues getting my money that I owe you to your wallet. So if you know who you are, please speak up and let me know. G Money, I just remembered because you're one of the people. So I'm very sorry, guys. It's been long overdue, but I owe you guys some money. I owe you some Ethereum, or it might be some SHIB, Saitama. I'm not quite sure, but there's money. I have the Excel sheet. I can go back and look, but make sure you let me know, because it's hard to chase down, especially the names on YouTube are different than Twitter. But again, I apologize that it's been so long, but I think 80% people got their no, probably 80%. Yeah, 85% got their money, but there's still some of you who won from the giveaways that haven't. So make sure you do that. Trucking Owner Ops, what do you think about making debt relief crypto coin? A debt relief crypto coin. That's interesting. There's so many things. That's actually very interesting. A debt-free crypto. I don't know about me making it. It makes me nervous to even consider. I've seen how bad things have got, and I know people are like, "Pop, you should make a your pop coin." No. That's not something I don't think I'll ever do, just because it comes with a lot of things that I don't want to. NFTs. I'm down for some NFTs, and I guess Dr. B made NFTs, so maybe you could show me how to do that. I think that'd be cool. Some collectibles, but I don't know. For right now, we did have the merch. The merch is back, by the way. I haven't brought that up. It's, what are we, an hour and a half in? If you ever want to cop a hoodie, I like this hoodie a lot. I only have 2 of my own merch pieces because I have to pay for them as well, which is wild to me, and I'm trying to figure out how to get around that. Because it's wait a second. Why do I have to buy the merch that we're making? And big shout out to my wife. She actually created the logo, which is just Pursuit of Purpose. So again, if you know, people have been asking, what is your pop? What is pop? So Pursuit of Purpose is what the pop in your pop stands for. So it's your pursuit of purpose. What are we here for? What are we pursuing? And again, for those of you who've been subscribed to my channel since last year, when I was making the podcast, I would bring on people like Dr. B, underrepresented, or, again, minorities who successfully navigated the American dream, or the landscape here in the United States. So a lot of immigrants that were on my channel specifically, but again, some African Americans, some Hispanics. I had, the first Latino vice president of a Big Ten institution was also someone I interviewed. And I don't know if you knew this about my channel, Dr. B, but previous to this whole financial thing, I had a podcast, and I want to bring it back because now I have a lot better equipment, thankfully. But it was, again, just interviewing people that come from a minority background to show. And the viewer base I had at the time was very young, 16 to 21.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, the majority of the people that were watching, and it was only a small group, maybe 100 to 500 people, but still, it was decent enough where it's hey, you look like me, you sound like me, you have the same background as me, you come up from, maybe a single parent household, whatever it might be, but you were able to navigate the landscape. So it all came from, being a part of Big Brothers Big Sisters back in my community, where we had a lot of underrepresented individuals, but that's where it all came about. So I was like, wait a second. So what's a word that could be for this podcast? What are we looking for? And that's pursuit of purpose. Your pop. That's where it all comes. So
I got you.
yeah, something
So
I'm
are you
passionate
gonna
about. And
make an NFT of your logo?
I don't know. I gotta figure out something, but I think it'd be really fun. Something cool. Like
Yeah, I think too.
I'd want one just to have for myself, but I don't know. I don't know how that all works. Like a collectible. I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, so you just take your image, you go over to OpenSea or somewhere, and you pay, I think, I don't know, 94 bucks or whatever it was at the time. I think when I
Hmm.
did mine in Ethereum, and it wraps it in code and mints it,
Oh
and
wow,
then
just on
yeah,
directly on
you develop
OpenSea.
your own gallery and all that kind of thing, man. It's pretty cool.
Really? And
Yeah,
then if you want to like give them back to, say I want to create an NFT drop, right? Like you're a pop NFT, and
yeah.
then that money gets funneled into, say, like your donation wallet or money that we want to give back instead of like keeping for myself. Is there a way? I'm sure there's a way to do that, but it's probably like auction off NFTs instead of
You
just
can
like
do
sell
that,
them.
and it gives
That's
you
an
the
option.
option of retaining so much of the residuals off of it every time it's sold.
That's so cool. Okay.
Yeah,
I have to, yeah, we got to talk more about that because I think the whole NFT thing is just, it's mind blowing to me. Digital art, and, but it's here, man. And some are selling for ridiculous amounts of money.
yeah. I mean, I think personally, the larger companies. There was a NFT movie that just dropped, right? No Contact or something like that. With
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, it was the guy named Anthony Hopkins plays Hannibal Lecter.
Hmm.
Um, but a lot of these companies, these movie studios, right? They're sitting on a gold mine, right? I think about Space Jam 2 with LeBron and all those different characters that's from that Warner Brothers universe. All those are potential NFTs, right? When you think about the Marvel comic and all those different characters, all those are potential NFTs. Star Wars, right? We're just getting into this thing, right? And Disney and all these people haven't cashed in yet, but when they do, oh my God,
It's
you
gonna be
know,
pretty wild, man.
yeah. Like you got a favorite sports team?
NBA, Boston Celtics,
All right, so
NFL,
Lakers, bro. But
49ers,
anyway,
Lake. Oh man, got a
well,
that Bryant, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But so imagine if you had the first of a series of the Boston Celtics logo of a NFT collection, the first that they came out with. How many people will want that, and how much that would be worth? And I don't think they have exploited that opportunity yet, and I don't know why, but I know it will happen at some point.
Yeah, no, it definitely will. But I think again, that'd be crazy. Like I just can't imagine like the the diehard fans, how much they would pay for something like that,
Yeah, Michael
especially for the
Jordan NFT,
collections. Yeah.
he's right.
Right, crazy man. Digital art. It's unique. It's an N of one or N of 10, whatever, 10 in the world that are unique. It's the coolest concept to me. But
It
yeah, we'll see.
is.
It is. It's just it's futuristic. You know what I mean? It's like 20, 30 years in the future is what it feels like. What we're
Yeah.
doing
Say
and looking
Tom.
at these things.
Yeah. Now the devs at Saitama talking about some fire stuff. Oh, Pop. I don't know if you heard about what they're talking about, AI and all this stuff inside of their NFTs, man. I can't wait to see what they got going on, man. I am
Oh,
super
AI.
excited.
That's a hot topic right there.
Yeah, they were
Artificial
saying
intelligence.
these particular NFTs are just going to be off the chain, and I'm like, okay, Russell, let's see, bro. I want to see, man.
Right.
You know,
Show me, show me.
and they got a great dev team, man. And I don't know
They
about
do.
you. A lot of times when you start coming across a stream on your Twitter, you start seeing all these different projects out there, and then like I'm already with Shiv, and I didn't jump on SATA right away, but I was interested right after Rocket Crypto switched over, right? And I know he took a lot of heat for that.
He
Like,
did.
man,
He did.
I felt some kind of way about it too, because hey, but I understood his decision at that point, and I think you spoke on it. But then I think that same day I was like, well, let me slide a little bit over there just in case, because Rocket Crypto seems like a pretty good dude, Steve, right? And the project seemed pretty solid. I had no idea that they were where they're going. They are amazing, right? They are just so different than the rest of the projects out there in the sense that they are registered in Massachusetts as a LLC,
Mm.
and everybody's fully doxxed. And the projects and the educational piece, and even some historical Black college universities, I think they have some plans to support those things. So when I look at these things, I say everybody in the world or everybody in the United States has heard of Bitcoin at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody has heard of anything else, right? Ethereum is pretty popular, but it's not. People don't understand Ethereum. Number one,
True.
they just don't. They don't even understand Bitcoin. Hell, I'm not even sure I understand all of it, but I know enough to know that hey, it's the future. But anyway, I think there's a lot of room on the table for the companies like or projects like SHIB and Saitama to be household names. And I think that's what Saitama is going to really do really well. I think they're going to be one of the, and SHIB, they're going to strike first. I think SHIB is just so marketable. When you look at that little cute pup, man, it just, when you look at it, you just like, I can see this thing just taking off in terms of merchandising, and it's there. You know, it's just a matter of time, man. Just a matter of time.
100%, man. That's all it's gonna take. Patience always prevails.
Yeah.
If you can't hold, what's CZ Binance say? I forget that. I always see these quotes hanging around Twitter, but you know, CZ, the CEO founder of Binance, the entire exchange, he says if you can't hold, you're not gonna make money. If you can't hold on for dear life or hodl, you're not gonna make money. Which is, it's the truth. It's 100% the truth. Because how many people sold at the very bottom for SHIB? People probably in the chat sold because they were scared it's going down to zero, thinking, hey, this thing is going nowhere. And now they're like, dang, I would have made 40, 50% if I would have held a little bit longer. Just another few weeks, a few days maybe even. So it's hard. It's very hard. But what do we got? We got Nick. I'm trying to pay attention to the chat a little bit. Nick, thank you so much, Nick, for the $5 super chat. He says, woke up with a milli, hire tax attorney, take some off the top for the kids' college funds, invest the rest into real estate, season ticks for Niners only flex. Oh, season tickets for the 49ers. Hey, something funny, by the way. People have been asking, like I sent out a tweet earlier about George Kittle. So he plays as he's a tight end for the 49ers.
Okay.
Actually, and I grew up with George Kittle. We went to the same elementary school. Like we grew up together for, probably 13 years. He was one of my close friends. And then, I was once upon a time, believe it or not, I was bigger than George Kittle physically. But yeah. And then out of nowhere, like this man, he went to high school, moved to Oklahoma. His dad was also like coaching around here, back there. And then he came back to the university. He went to the University of Iowa where he played college ball. And then he went on to the 49ers. So the man really he just became big, man. And now he's just dominating on the field. So,
yeah, he is.
Yeah, support the 49ers because I support him, of course. But it's pretty cool. Small world, man. So shout out to the 49ers. Yeah, $1 million, man. Yeah, I think, again, pay off all the debt, buy a new house because I'm still in an apartment right now. Again, the housing market right now is not one to buy into. So just patiently
people
waiting.
Are paying insane amounts over asking for property, man. That's not sustainable. I don't think.
No, it's not. It's hype. It's all on hype right now. There's that fear of missing out. It's pretty much the same thing on the real estate market. Everything is overvalued, and it's gonna sell off. There's gonna be a significant pullback at some point, which I'm just waiting for.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, man. But let's see what we got. We got a couple other super chats. So shout out to Nick J. Thank you so much, man. Trucking owner ops. What do you think about making a debt? Oh, yeah, we talked about that. Mr. Junior Rice. If I woke up to 7 figures, I'll open up a game design company that day. How cool, man. A gaming design company. Hey, especially if it's within the crypto space, some like, an NFT-based game, that'd be insane, Junior Rice. You'd probably make 10 times that 7 figures that you made right away. And BD, my man, BD in the house. What have I missed, my friend? Oh, man. You got to go back and watch the whole stream. We talked about Brian Edwards, the donation wall, which of course is pinned right at the top. Where Brian Edwards, he's a physician. And again, just a quick, I know that there's been over, just so you're aware, Dr. B, we've had over 12,000 people on the stream so far today in total.
12,000.
12,000. We have 500 right now, concurrent viewers, but just based off people coming in and going, 12,000 people throughout the night, man. Yes.
That's amazing. So you got crazy. Like a dashboard or something back there on the back end?
Yeah, like I have the studio. I bought a new monitor so I can kind of have both at the same time. I can look at both, but every so often I tab back and forth and look at the dash. But yeah, almost 12,000 people, 11,961 to be exact, but right around 12,000. So again, just for anyone that's new that didn't hear about the donation wallet up there for St. Jude's Hospital, Dr. B, he's an anesthesiologist out in, you said NC, North Carolina?
North Carolina.
North Carolina, and he's actually semi-retired, retired from the Army, but currently just actively working as an anesthesiologist. He's on call today in the hospital, so at any given moment, he could be leaving us for, a call or an emergent type thing. But thankfully, so far, during the duration of the stream, he's been with us the whole time. But again, he's created this donation wallet because he wants people, again, the big thing that I really like, the word that he used, and that is humanizing cryptocurrency. So specifically the thing that he, let me just go to Twitter. The thing that Dr. B kind of mentioned, let me just pull it up here, is he wanted to utilize specifically Saitama. So this is the Ethereum, this is the wallet address, and you could, give any ERC20 type tokens, but he specifically advertised it with Saitama. So the goal is to raise $1 million in the next 60 days, starting October 1st, pretty much. So by the time pretty much Thanksgiving rolls around, which is the best time, right? The season of giving, it's going to hopefully be completed with the power of social media, the internet, the SHIB army, the Saitama wolf pack, because we know how big they are on giving, especially with the Jake Gagan show, man. One of my personal favorites, the fact that he has the ability to give out so much, and people that are just funneling and helping them build this fund. It's amazing, especially giving back to the community. It's something that I one day want to do too, but I just don't have access to that kind of capital yet. But I think hopefully one day we will.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, absolutely, hopefully. But again, regardless, guys, we will do giveaways periodically. But the fact is that we're talking about Dr. B's St. Jude's Children's Hospital, $1 million goal. So again, in the next 60 days, if you have even $1, don't worry about, $1,000 donation, 10,000. No, that's not what you have. $1 coming from Saitama or $1 coming from SHIB is going to be something that is going to be recognized nationally once we finish this project. I trust Dr. B. Here's his website from his page. You guys could see Dr. Brian Edwards. He has his own business, fully doxed physician, anesthesiologist. Talked about where he went to school. Again, anesthesiology, as you guys could see here. Go back. And again, I don't put my money anywhere, especially when it comes to charitable giving. I don't trust any institution or any person, but Dr. B here, man, he's been someone that's been with me on the channel for, what was it? How long have you been watching now? And how long have you been part of the viewership? Months, man.
Oh man, yeah, it's been a long time. As soon as you guys started covering SHIB, right? And I got into it, right? What was it, April? Was it only April? When did you start SHIB?
May, like mid-May, I think, or like beginning.
May. Okay.
Yeah, beginning. So right around then.
Yeah. And I just kept watching, and I was like, this dude's so cool.
I appreciate you, man. And I hope that I can be at least a part in helping funnel people into something that's going to be really a game changer for a lot of these different crypto assets. Because guess what? Once again, we get that recognition, help humanize the crypto assets and crypto space, especially with names coming from Saitama, Ethereum, Shiba Inu. I think it's going to be phenomenal. So the link is right at the top. Click it. Go ahead. Put in $1. Put in 10 cents. It doesn't matter. Dr. B said he did a calculation. And he looked at it from the Saitama standpoint. If every Saitama investor puts $17 in to the St. Jude wallet address, $17. That's literally 2 cups of coffee from Starbucks and a pastry, say. If you put that into the donation fund, it will total out to $1 million, which is just insane. So let's do it, folks. Let's make it happen. I already pledged my own $1,000 that I'll be putting into this wallet for St. Jude's Hospital, because again, after learning more about what St. Jude really is, they take no money from patients, especially the pediatric patients that are coming in. Their entire hospital operates solely off of charity. So I think that's cool, especially with the fact that they have good outcomes too, because that's the number one thing that we look at as healthcare providers. It's health outcomes. It's not about just, hey, take them to this institution. No, what happens after they have care at this certain location, and they have good outcomes. Right. So,
and for full transparency, I am not affiliated with St. Jude whatsoever.
Yeah,
right. I just love their mission. And Arthur, he likes this chair so much he can have it. You got to come out here to Mountain, North Carolina, and get it though.
Love it, man. I love it. So cool. And let's see here. A couple other super chats from you guys. Thank you all for your support. Continued support. I thought, today would be just more of a chill, just relaxed conversation, but that's what you guys do the best. So thank you all, the Ship Army, the Wolfpack, and everybody else that's in the channel. Le Crusader dropping a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. And then we have Warren B79. Hey, Pop, whatever happened to invest with a purpose? I don't know. I reached out to him and he said he's trying to learn. He's trying to do like certain trading strategies and things like that. But I don't know. He completely disappeared from the YouTube space.
He did.
And he's just, he's doing his thing. I need to probably check in on him again. Maybe I'll give him a call instead of a text. Just say, hey, man, checking in, seeing if you're doing okay. People were asking about you. So I can definitely check in on him, Warren, and I'll relay that back to you guys because he was a great guy. I really liked his energy, and he had a cool vision. And Saitama Explosion, a.k.a. Tony, says, Pop, even laying here watching, listening, and learning from the hospital bed. Much love for all that you do together. We shall rise. Key is patience, everyone. Yeah, Tony, I saw that on Twitter, man. I hope you're doing okay. I know you've been in and out of the hospital quite a bit, but yeah, man, be strong, and I'm hoping you have a speedy recovery for whatever's going on. If it's lower back pain, a kidney stone, I know anything there it's not going to be fun, but hopefully they'll take care of you, give you something for the pain to keep you, comfortable until it passes. Oh, man. And lastly, we got a $31 super chat from Sealed. Wow, thank you so much, Sealed. He says, Shibtama family. I like it. Shibtama. Yeah, all right, integrate both names. We are going places. BNB Pay. BPay. Oh, it might be one of those, I don't know, looks like maybe just a little plug. But he says, BPay 100X incoming. Don't sleep on this, guys. I don't know what that is or where it comes from. It says merchandise in 68 countries. Payment, love you guys to the moon. So again, a little bit of a plug for BPay. But hey, thank you for the support. So at least I'll mention there's something out there. It might be a BNB, looks like a BNB type token. So cool, man.
Shriner's a great organization too, for sure.
Yeah. And George Crozier dropping to $5. He says, love St. Jude's or St. Judge's. Probably meant St. Jude's, but on a similar vein, don't forget Shriners Hospitals. That one, Shriners, they're also kind of on a more charitable side of things, right?
Yeah, and children focus. Yeah.
Children focus, got you. And CU dropping $5 as well. Man, thank you all, guys. I'm catching these before they're even coming on a live stream, just looking at the feed. But I appreciate everybody's support tonight. Shires Hospitals is amazing as well. So cool.
Maybe we can hit our target before the Saitama launch, or they can announce that. That'd be great. Wouldn't that be great?
That would be really cool.
That'd be the cherry on top, wouldn't it? Who does that?
Be.
What crypto has done that? $1 million to St. Jude's Hospital. Come on, man.
We can make it happen. That'd be cool. And by the way, Dr. B, are you going to be attending the Vegas Saitama release?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. You're not going.
Yeah, I don't think we have I think the tickets all gone, and I don't know. Who knows what the future may hold?
Right, things because I don't have a ticket myself yet either. Even though Russ and some of the other guys were like, "Oh, we can make it happen," but I hope to attend as well. But as of right now, it looks very tentative, depending on the ticket situation on my end too.
Maybe I'll get a tux and sneak in and like I'm the help, and like I'm like a
Hey man, now people might recognize the face, but let's do it. Why not? Crash the party in a positive manner, I guess, by saying, hey, $1 million has been raised. And I think Russ or any of the developers, have they seen what you're doing here?
Not at all. This is completely freaking organic, man. I haven't even talked to St. Jude except for a little message on their Twitter feed letting them know what I was doing. Nobody ever really got back with me, but I understand it's the weekend. And they might even think I'm a joke. Well, I can promise you to say the Wolfpack ain't no joke. Oh!
I love it, man. I love it. You guys see what he's doing. And I saw G Money also asked about the NFT. So she asked about Bad Baby Dino. So one of the things that I am very bullish on, working closely with the development team, and they gave me this opportunity. And I told them, I was very selective. And I told them, hey, I don't want to just put I don't like putting random things on my channel. I only like to put in things that I truly see value in. So we can go back in time. I've already made the mistake with Grapefruit, thinking that, hey, Kai Green, big figure. And again, I won't always talk only about the successes. We'll talk about the failures too, because that's what makes me human. And I come with mistakes. I'm not perfect. But again, the biggest mistake that I made was investing into Grapefruit, thinking that, hey, they're partnering with SHIB. They're going to have the liquidity pair that you could put in, yada, yada. Things looked good. And we doubled, tripled. I think it was more than doubled our money from our initial, but we kept holding. but then we got completely rug pulled, and I don't want to see that ever again on my channel. So for all the people that have been, inquiring, if I pull up my email box right now and you guys see how many people send me messages saying, hey, we want to collaborate with you, we want to work, I always say no, unless it's a project that I wholeheartedly believe in. And with the Bad Baby Dino, what they're doing, especially with the charity thing, because nobody else talks about charity at all. And the fact is, they've already donated to Dr. B's, because I was like, did you guys see what Dr. B's doing? And they're like, oh yeah, this is something that we believe in. We're gonna put some money into it immediately. They put in $1,000. This is before their NFT drop. This is house money basically for them. They're just developing their business. It's something that is new. The whole NFT drop is gonna be something completely from scratch. So the fact that, the main dev, he directly, put his money into it, I think that speaks volumes. And I think, again, for all of us that are looking to potentially get in, it's going to be, as I've mentioned before, that Bad Baby Dino. I'll be covering this a lot leading up to the mint, and I want to see what I'm expecting. My expectation for this one, again, 10 maximum NFTs that we all can get, which is, again, going to be approximately $900 to about $1,000. I'm expecting a 3x return. That is my 100% expectation at the very beginning if you're looking for a quick flip. But again, that's the maximum you could pretty much get if you're going to only be able to mint 10 NFTs. But over time, and as things, go about after the public mint drops and everything changes, then we can talk about the 30, the 40, the 50, the 100x gains. But if you want even a quick flip, if you haven't been able to get into any NFTs early on, this might be your opportunity. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to buy when it goes live, how I'm buying, when I hold, full transparency every step of the way, because I know how important that is in the crypto space in 2021. Because of all the things that have been going on, we're going to definitely make sure to cover it the proper way. But one other thing here, let's see. Because people have been asking, how do I get in? How do I buy? You can't buy yet. You cannot buy yet. Oh, also, thank you everyone for helping me hit 72,000 subs. That's a side note. We did hit 72,000 subscribers today, which is, we got to 70,000 end of September. 3 days into October, we're now at 72. So I don't know what's happening. That 100,000 goal I think we're going to reach it by the end of the year. Big shout out to everybody, man, for always sharing, subscribing. I saw somebody sent me a message. They were like somewhere, some public space, and they were like showing people, hey, join or subscribe to Your Pop's channel, just randomly, like a tiny clip. I'm like, why? But thank you. It's pretty cool stuff that people are doing. So big shout out to the SHIBA Army and the Wolfpack, of course, the two biggest communities part of my channel and the Your Pop community as a whole. But real quick, the Discord, the only thing that people can have access to right now, so you can know exactly what the timeline looks like, is the Bad Baby Dinos NFT Discord. So if you go on their Twitter and you click the link right at the top, you can go on there and directly access Bad Baby Dinos NFT Discord, which you could see the roadmap and all the things that are to come. But I think, again, the 10 maximum NFT mint is going to be happening for anyone that's part of the pre-sale, which are the Discord members. So join the Discord, see if you like it. If you don't put money into it. Do your own research, your own due diligence, like I always tell you guys. And hey, just because I'm buying, that doesn't mean you have to. But I see it as an opportunity, and I'm hopeful that we're going to see some pretty cool gains in the short term. So those are the two big things that I wanted to talk about in the stream today. The Bad Baby Dinos NFT, and of course, Dr. Edwards or Dr. B's big charity fund. So I'm hopeful that we can all make things happen with that one on the way. And prayers to Tony, man, in the hospital right now. Yeah. Let's just
thank you, Mr. Larkin. Did you see what he put out there?
Oh, what was that? Sorry.
Anthony Larkin, Arthur Larkin. Arthur Larkin put out a little message saying that you can take his winnings and put them in a charity wallet. I think I saw that.
Arthur Larkin? Oh, Arthur, maybe I didn't give you. Yeah, I definitely got you, man. Arthur, you're one of the people. I told you guys, there's at least a few people that I have not been able to send them the money yet. But hope you feel better.
Yeah, hope you're all right, bro.
Feel better, Tony. Prayers. Here we go. Yeah, hope he does well, man. Hopefully nothing too serious.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, guys. We got also Shiba Mokolai. So Arthur, I could definitely do that. You just have to remind me how much it was. So I'll look back on the spreadsheet. Appreciate you, my man. Going directly to St. Jude. Awesome. I love what we're doing here.
Yep.
3 trillion Saitama strong, Shiba Bone Collector. My gut instinct is to agree with Russ. By the time Saitama drops, we could eat another 0.
Mhm.
I think it's possible, man. I really do think so, especially with how much community engagement's going on, social media presence. Like I really like what Jake Gagan is doing. I
Yeah.
love his
Yeah,
channel a
man.
lot.
He's a good dude, ain't he, man?
Yeah, he really is. Like I think he's, we I'm with the SHIB army, right? And he's kind of the side of Wolfpack. And I think when we come together, it's something beautiful too. But what he's
Mhm.
doing right now, leading the way through, again, just the giving for this community and just building awareness around what Saitama is. He's probably one of the big reasons that a lot of people are coming into the space. They're like, wow, if he's someone that's with it, I want to be with it too. So pretty cool what we're seeing. And hopefully we're going to continue to see that. Thanks everyone for your support on the Your Pop channel. James McNeil. See how these people are, Bryant, man? People are just
I
too
know.
kind. Always so
Trust me,
supportive.
man.
And you are one of
Trust me.
those, but I
Well,
appreciate you guys all so
it's,
much.
I think you guys serve a purpose, and I haven't figured this part out. That we get on these live feeds, and that we have this shared collective consciousness thing going on, and then once that generosity rolling, that just like a spirit, like an energy get going, and then you're like, oh man, you just want to see people do well. You want them to be well, and it's just amazing, man. I love it. I ain't gonna lie. Like you come from a military background, right? And you have this close contact. You know this guy got your six, you got your back, right? Or this female, whatever the case may be, people, right? And many times you're away from home and you don't have your family, and your this guy's family and your family become close and all this kind of stuff. And then you're out of that environment when you retire stuff, and you like, and then I come into the crypto and it's like, whoa, that feels strangely familiar to, well, like being in the military. It is an army of people with a goal of financial freedom and curiosity in advancing the future of the world through the blockchain technology. So it's amazing, man. I love it. Love you too, man. I really appreciate this time you're giving me tonight to spread this good word, man. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, man. And I think we're going to make something special. This is the first of many, right? We'll start with St. Jude, and then come Christmas time, something else, monthly, just whatever we could do. Because I'm sure we could find a lot. Because the first thing is building that bridge, building that trust. Whether we get to $1 million or not, the fact is even if it's 10,000, that's still a lot more money than nothing. You know what I mean? So the fact is, I think we can do it, especially when we have if we have the developers on board and everybody else, we'll hit that $1 million. And when we deliver that money to St. Jude and just seeing, Saitama, seeing, Dr. Edwards, the man who really just decided to take the initiative to do that. I think that's the most important thing is taking initiative.
I'll take my name out of it. We'll just say Saitama Wolfpack or the Saitama SHIB. We'll do it in the name of something like that, right? So because I don't really want no notoriety. I would like to be rich, not famous. That makes sense.
I get you. Yeah, but again, but with your story and everything, again, as someone who's, in the medical field and also in the crypto space, which you don't see very often, it's there. Like I know I have some colleagues, even physicians that I know that are also in the crypto space, but it's just that we're a small minority, right?
Yeah.
So again, I think it's just so unique that you're trying to make good out of it, because you're like, yeah, I understand that, what crypto can do, and here's the way to prove it by taking initiative, and it's that easy. It just takes one person. It takes one person to come out and say, "This is what I want to do," and then you get traction, right? You'll get people to start following, start listening, start also, actively participating, and it just flourishes, man. It grows. Snowball effect.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Just go for it.
Yep, absolutely, man. All right. Hello, future billionaires. Robert Richards, my man. Hello to you. Very cool, man. It was honestly such a fun stream. We're probably a little longer than I wanted it to be. We were shooting for about an hour, but it was a great conversation. We couldn't stop. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Dr. B, any final words from you for the community, for the Wolfpack, for the SHIB Army? We'll probably have you on some more if you're ever willing to, but it's been great today, man. We even have like podcast style. Kind of want to do more like interviews with the members, within the community. I think that would be pretty fun. Something unique.
Yeah. Final words. I love this. Love is the currency of the universe.
Love is the currency of the universe. Man, oh man. I love it so much. Very, very true. Give back. Do what you can. Especially if you're ones who have seen some significant gains in your portfolio. Take some out from whatever asset. Doesn't matter. Take a little bit out and give back. give back with it. Try to see what you can do. Because again, I think that's what we're ultimately here for, right? We're all here for a short while.
Yeah.
You know, our time will come at some point. I don't want to make this, all emotional or anything, but the reality is during this life, we have opportunities, and when they present themselves, take them and try to make something happen with that. So, and I think again, with what crypto's providing and this platform for me, I'm thankful that I can be a part of all of these different things. But again, charity, giving back, that's what it's all about. And I'm hopeful that we can even create more donation wallets. This is the first, the St. Jude's one, but other ones too. I have thankfully access to my own homeland, right? Coming from Sudan, a third world country where people are struggling each and every day. Me sending them $10, that will feed a family plus some for a whole month. $10. That's crazy. So our money here is worth a lot elsewhere. So always keep that in mind. And yeah, that's all I had for you guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Prince Kirkula, thank you for the $25. Mr. Prince, man, we had a good conversation. He says, "Your pop, great job. I'm at work, but I'm checking in whenever I can." Prince, we appreciate you. We know how hard you're working. Also, he works in the hospital as well, just like Dr. B. We got some busy folks around, man, but appreciate all you guys. And that's all I had for you tonight. So I'll be back tomorrow morning.
Salute.
Yes, exactly. Army style, right? Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll have Dr. B back. I want to have one of you guys. Let me know if anybody's interested, especially if I'm following you on Twitter, send me a DM, say, hey, I'd like to kind of share my story, talk about how I got into investing. If you've seen success, failures, whatever. I think it'd just be something unique. That's all I had for you, though. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And until next time, SHIB Army, Saitama Wolfpack, and I don't know if there's any other communities that are in here today, but I appreciate you all. And until next time, everybody, keep investing. Give me your salute, Dr. B.
Oh, yeah. Hoo-ah.
Hoo-ah.